Weekend nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ices on the mic, energy, it's good delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good light. Weekend nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice, live from the Moerlein Lager House. Come on down. It is happy hour. It goes till 9 o'clock tonight. This show just started, and it goes until 6. Come on down tonight and get you
6.
Yeah, it goes till 9. I do that every time. Come on down, get you some primer Tuesdays. Come on down, enjoy some of that deliciousness. Like I said, we are here every Tuesday from 6 to 8. That better? 6 to 8?
That's better.
Okay, thank you. 6 to 8. What does that mean? The happy hour starts for 3, goes to 9. What does that mean? It means $5 drafts, house wine, well drinks, and $2 off appetizers. Plus, like I said, it's Prime Rib Tuesday. So, I guaranteed the Bengals wouldn't lose last week, and they didn't. Won it over us.
Nail biter. I thought I wasn't sure they had it till the very end.
It was very, very scary.
We hit triple zeros.
Yeah, it was very, very scary. Well, we got Terry Nelson hopefully coming tonight, but I'm bringing my boys. We got Joe, Schmoe, and Harrison. And
Hello.
I'm going to move the camera this way to get Neil on there. Hi, Neil.
What's going on?
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
It's a high-budget podcast here.
We have 3 cameras. I mean, it's not our fault that we're like just crowded tonight.
Yeah, I know. we're kind of
Jam-packed show. There's a lot to talk about.
Exactly. It's a lot to talk about. It's Steelers week. The Bearcats are ranked number 16th in the country. Is that right?
16th in the country.
14 coaches.
There you go. You got Alabama State. Are you worried about that one?
No. I mean, they've got a little bit of a stretch coming up here with after that, and you got Villanova next week, and then you got
Villanova, Howard.
Yeah, Villanova, and then Howard. I mean, Howard's a solid program
And
for
Dayton.
and then you're in Dayton.
And Dayton looked good last night too.
Dayton always plays us tough.
Yeah. I don't think because there's kind of they only have this game this week. I'm not really worried about them overlooking, and even if they overlook them, they beat them by a dozen instead of 37. So
let's hope so.
Yeah.
Harrison, how you doing, man? Are you recovered from trillions? I know you're very depressed.
What you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
When we're there,
I don't talking about.
the Bengals
I
lost the
had a
Chargers.
peaceful week.
He makes shit up all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a beautiful week.
Uh-huh.
It was very chill. nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
I ain't have to cry. I ain't have to be depressed. It was
It was good.
It was a good regular
Uh-huh.
life.
I made sure to social media for everyone to check in on our boy here.
Yes, we had to check it out, Harrison.
A
Make
wellness
sure
check.
he's well and good.
Yeah. It's tough times over here, but
Yeah, you about to eat a salad?
yeah.
I mean, that's
Because I might
that's
might
bad.
have to jump on the field for the Bearcats and for the
You're
Bengals
gonna
at this point.
Are,
So
are you gonna make sure you're fully clothed, right? You're not
yeah,
restricted, right?
I'm a suit up. I'm
Okay.
a suit up. I'm a suit up. At this
Not your
point.
birthday suit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What position would you play at there, Harry?
Left out.
That's my joke.
We're not gonna talk about this again because last time I tried to relive my
He got
my
cooked.
sports career.
It was great.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had a great
You
time.
didn't believe in me. You got uninvited to the cookout. So
I'm always invited to the cookout. What are you talking about?
no.
If I
No.
remember right, it was.
I'm
only
trying to work
Alex
my
and
way
I.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just Neil and Alex got invited. We got
Yeah.
See,
left out.
Neil was the one that brought it up, so he should have gotten the first.
Yeah.
But
He should have had his shit yanked.
You
I
see,
didn't cook him that bad.
yeah,
though.
you see, he just shut up. He just stopped talking, and y'all just kept going.
He just left. He
Yeah,
left
he
the
just-
lob. And,
He just let y'all do it, and then y'all burned.
Exactly. All right, so Terry just texted me. He's gonna get here at 6:20. So there you go. So Terry will be down there. So if you guys are,
We got nothing to talk about for 25 minutes.
oh, I'm sure we can.
We're gonna
think
have
of
some
something.
dead air. You guys just hang tight.
Dead air.
We'll be
Dead
back
air.
at 6:20.
Dead air. Who invited you?
Sadly, you.
I know what's wrong with me. God.
How much time you got? 25 minutes.
The list goes on and on and on.
That's
and on.
25 minutes right there.
Exactly. So we got. You want to talk? We can do these little Bengals here. We'll get the Bearcats when Terry gets here. But the Steelers, I'm going to get roasted, but I think we can win this game. To be honest, I mean, I think we can win a lot of games that we haven't. Go down the line. What's your thoughts on the shit Steelers week?
It's definitely a winnable game. I mean, it really is. It's going to come down to how does Cincinnati handle their defense. But I mean, the way Joe Burrow has been playing with Jamar Chase, I mean, there's no reason
Right.
this game should be just chalked up as a loss for the Bengals on Sunday. I mean, rivalry week, the division's still wide open.
Mhm.
And on top of it, coming off a holiday, you're coming off a bye week, and a bye week where you should be pissed off.
Yes. And Joe showed up Monday
So,
to
I mean,
practice.
to think about
And
it,
they have a ping pong table back. Two ping pong
Two
tables.
ping pong
ping
tables.
pong tables are back.
They are
too.
back, baby. That means
Heard
we're
about
winning.
that. Yep.
That changes everything with the ping pong tables being back in the locker room. Maybe Joe Burrow.
Script has been flipped.
Maybe Joe Burrow was winning on the tables, and then he's turning around and going to continue this MVP caliber season with a big performance versus Pittsburgh. Realistically, versus Steelers, you know what you're going to get.
Right.
On offense, they're going to try and air it out, but who are they going to air it out to? George Pickens.
that's
and
it.
Outside of George Pickens, what else you got out there?
Nobody.
This
Nobody.
is a good game for. And
Hey,
you want
this
Cam
has
Taylor
a-
Britt to have his head screwed on straight because he's a guy who can
Well,
absolutely.
he's not going to start.
No, he's going to start. Everyone else is
Yeah.
starting.
I thought
um,
Newton was starting. Oh no,
this-
Newton. Sorry, yeah.
This is a game where if you're a better, you hammer the under, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but also the way that he's shown the ability to get under a player's skin. You see what he did to DK Metcalf last year. Got
And
took
George
him out of his
Pickens has
game.
been like
George
that since
Pickens-
2020.
George Pickens is an asswipe. Like
Yeah.
that's a short.
I'm calling it right now. They fight.
Yeah.
They're going to fight.
If he can get under his skin,
Are you going to jump in on it?
and play like
Maybe.
and not get cooked like a Thanksgiving turkey?
Man.
Like you take him out of the game, and then what? You gonna pass it to Darnell Washington, Pat Fryermuth all game long?
The run game
And
is
I would
not
be-
anything
And I like Jalen Warren, but I still want to feed Jay Harris too many times.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are actually decent stopping the run right now.
Or
Wait. Are you talking good about the Bengals? Are you? Are
I'm
you?
talking.
Are you feeling
I'm
okay?
talking
If-
reality.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
realistically
I
speaking,
didn't know you talked that way. Go ahead.
if
Dylan.
George Pickens does some crazy nonsense this week, which it could happen, and he ends up getting thrown out, emotion dry, he gets
Just
thrown
getting him off his game, and he'll drop one or he'll
out.
do
If
something
that
stupid.
happens, who you guys mentioned Darnell Washington, Pat Fryermuth. Everybody knows Pat Fryermuth is the better tight end and the pass catcher. Darnell Washington hasn't been up to expectations.
Darnell Washington is just an offensive lineman that plays
Yeah.
tackle.
Yeah.
Just an extra offensive lineman. But then what are you going to throw to a busted Mike Williams, who has been in and out? He's on his third team in 3 years. I mean,
Yeah.
not lived up to expectations. So, I mean,
Calvin Austin is
Calvin
their.
Austin, a small guy.
He's their
who-
third.
So you're
Yeah,
saying
he's
we're
their
going to go
third.
and we're going to kick the Squealers' ass.
Oh no, I'm
But
still. I would.
That's
I
what
would
Joe
lay,
Farsi just said. We're
I
going
would
to
lay every
kick the
penny.
Steelers. You heard it. Everybody here heard it. You said they're going to kick the Steelers'
The
ass.
thing I'm worried about
I heard
with
it.
Calvin Austin in this game especially is if
Misdirections and
misdirections,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. If Cincinnati lets him get into open space, I covered the guy in college for
Yeah.
2 games at SMU. Good luck stopping him. I mean, he's got a 60-yard touchdown catch in 3 games this year.
Yeah.
What was your 40 time?
What was my 40 time?
Yeah, because you say you covered them.
Oh, I didn't cover him
Oh
like that.
Lord.
Shit, my 40 time is probably close to the 5.
Oh, you may covered them for
Yeah, I
the
covered
story.
him when
I got-
UC played him because he was in SMU, so he played at
Somebody
UC
said it
for 2
sounds
years.
great.
But overall, they let him get into open space. It's going to be a long night. This Cincinnati team can't make a tackle to save their life.
Hold on, watch your mouth now, okay? Don't just you ain't have to slide that last part in there, okay?
I know,
It's
I know.
hard times, all right?
I know. Trying to get better, Harrison.
Hey, Harrison, Tony Blazin had a comment here for you. He said, tell Harrison to take more shots and calm down. And,
I'm all shot out.
And Maddie, no, we got enough attractive guys up here. We don't need another one. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. But yeah, I mean,
Where are they?
right, you're looking at him right here. Duh. God,
Oh, wow.
What's wrong with
He's right here on the end
Oh,
of
wow.
it, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's Harrison. We all know it's Harrison. But yeah, so were you guys surprised of the Ravens came back to beat the freaking Chargers last night? I mean, how annoying was that? I mean, I couldn't watch the whole game, but didn't want to. But I watched some of it, and how annoying was that to watch that? Go ahead, Harrison.
It was I don't know. I'm not thinking about any other thing
Other than Steelers
other
week.
than the
It-
Steelers.
It was the Derrick Henry and the Lamar Jackson show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
it's all it is. They like the Ravens don't do anything special. Like it's just I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Just the luck of the draw, I guess. Because
Mhm.
Derrick Henry still didn't have a breakout game
Right.
or nothing crazy.
Touchdown in 12 straight
Yeah,
games.
I mean- That, but their defense I don't know. I don't think that. I think if I had to put my money on it, I'm going. The NFC teams is winning the Super Bowl this year. I would say it outside.
Just not the Chiefs.
no.
hot
Well,
take.
they're AFC, not the
They're
NFC.
AFC.
So.
Hot take. We
Yeah,
are
I just want
seeing,
the Chiefs to win.
we are seeing a playoff streak get snapped this year, and Detroit is making the playoff.
Oh, Detroit for sure.
Detroit's making the playoffs.
I am full.
Making a
I am
playoff.
That's
full.
not that bold to get like the best record in football, don't they?
But I mean, that's also
No,
like saying the
Chiefs-
Bengals
yeah,
were
they're
going to
tied with
snap
the
their.
Chiefs
That, I mean,
are the best.
I would love to see the Lions because I love their offense. I love the team. I love Dan Campbell. But it's predicting something that has never happened before, or at least not since
Well, I got a hot
1940s. Night
take.
Train, Dick Lane.
I got an actual hot take. The Bengals are making the playoffs. Come on, Harrison. Come on.
You know,
In
you with me.
2024.
Yes.
I had a very peaceful week, and
I'm about to wreck it for you. Let's go.
I'm just gonna ride this wave until Sunday of just calm peacefulness.
Calm, peaceful.
I didn't cuss
It's a
anybody out.
beautiful Tuesday.
I didn't cuss anybody out.
Why
Other
not?
than
Not
that,
yet.
It feels good when you do it.
I didn't have to.
No,
Other than
Hey,
the reporter,
Harrison, where
Yeah.
are you getting lit at this for the pregame on Sunday?
I'll be down
That's
here.
the real question.
I'll be-
He's going to the Moerlein House.
Yeah, I'll
After
be down here.
he's got to do his prayer at
Yeah,
at
I'll be. I
Bengal Gyms
got
then.
Bengal gyms, and then I'll be down here with y'all.
Exactly.
So yeah, we gonna take a shot.
Hey, we're going to take a shot.
What happened was we didn't take it here.
Yeah.
We didn't take it here.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what the
We took
problem
we
was.
took a shot at
We took-
millions,
yeah.
trillions,
Right.
and it didn't work.
Right, it didn't work.
The last time we
Yeah.
took a shot, we took it here,
We
and
took
they
it
won.
here.
well,
we
you
won.
just take them everywhere.
No, you got to take it in the right
I
spot.
like what Joe
You
said.
gotta-
The right spot is wherever your ass is.
No, because they won when we did it.
No, the right spot for a shot is where you are.
Sir, can you just stop raining on our parade? Okay, we're trying to
Exactly.
get back on track.
Exactly.
What is wrong
We're,
with you?
we're trying to
'Cause
get
you
some work
trying to
done
be
here.
the first person I cuss out in a week. I'm trying to be cool, okay? I turned over a new leaf.
I mean, no disrespect.
Okay,
I like. Yeah, you're my dude, but I'm.
Listen,
My dude.
you're making it hard for me right now.
So, you guys want to join me, Harrison, with a couple shots and you coming down too?
If I can get off work,
All
I'm
right.
there.
All right. Come on
Word.
down. We'll be here this Sunday at the Mercedes-Benz at Fort Mitchell Club at the Moerlein Lager House. The pregame experience starts at 10 a.m. and it is the best deal on the banks. It's an open bar. Harrison, you like open bar?
Open bar.
You like
Give
an
a
open,
little shimmy to an open bar.
exactly. You like a little open food buffet, so all you can eat, all you can drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All you can eat, all you can drink, all you
Yeah.
can eat. All
You
you
would
can drink.
think that'd be like really, really expensive, right?
Yeah, no.
Like 150.
Yeah, like 150,
So,
200,
yeah.
son.
Dude, it's only $75.
Strawberry ice special.
Exactly. Strawberry special,
And it's
$75.
on Jeff's tab too, even better.
I'm sorry, was that English? I didn't understand a word of that. But yeah, come on down this Sunday. Starts at 10 o'clock. Mercedes-Benz of Fort Mitchell Club at the Moerlein Lager House. Like I said, starts at 10. I will be the DJ this week. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, we'll just do like we did at Trillions. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we should bring that kid back to DJ.
We should definitely bring the
And
back
not
to the DJ.
to you.
What? Dude, I was killing it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
Yep.
like a bad.
Exactly.
Like a bad choice.
Yeah, we had this little like 14-year-old kid come up, and he was a great DJ.
He was very good.
You should have hired him.
I
Hey,
should.
what was the first song that this man laid out there?
Whoa.
Me?
The 14-year-old, the first
Oh,
song.
first. No, the one. Well, it was the one the guy.
I'm trying to think.
It was the one the guy came up and asked me. I'm like, I don't even know the name. I don't even know the name.
Yeah,
of the song, but when he played it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, I don't know. Some
can't
of the
remember.
songs he was playing, I was like, how do you know this?
Yeah,
song?
I'm like, how old are you?
But he was definitely turning up. And
Yeah.
as soon as he started DJing, we started coming back. But
Until we didn't.
Yep. McPherson. You know what, Harrison? We're not talking.
No,
Right?
Bad
We're
Harrison.
not. Yeah, I felt my spirit starting to start. Yeah, it's a new week. It's a new. It's a bye week.
Take a
We
beat.
haven't lost.
Just take
We
a
have not
beat.
lost.
We're technically undefeated.
Bye week, we have not lost.
We have not lost.
won. The ping pong tables.
Yeah.
are
Yes,
back.
the ping pong
Ping
tables are
pong
back.
tables are back.
It's a new beginning. Everybody's refreshed. So all that 12 weeks of whatever it was is no longer. Yep.
It's
over.
Bourgeois.
It's over.
Bourgeois.
Yep. That's
Just wipe it all
that's
away.
how I'm taking it. It is over.
That's what happens when you get the ping pong tables in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But and going back to the Squealers, as always, fuck the Steelers.
Yes, exactly.
But
That's
they-
what that,
they've
you
got
don't
a
have
great-
to say that across
Right.
the board. Yes.
but it hadn't been said yet.
yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah,
it has to be put out there.
has to be said.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, I mean, obviously, there's a reason that the Bengals are giving 2.5, which is really weird when you look at the records. But
It's a home game, and the Bengals have barely lost most of their games.
but the point is,
Yeah.
you look
No,
at
I
the records.
understand what
You
you're
look at, and I
Well,
was
that means, that
I
means
was
they know
surprised.
something. That means they know
I was
something.
surprised that they were given 2.5. If the Steelers had a decent offense, I'd have zero confidence just because of how the Bengals defense has been. But because their offense is pretty much
Garbage.
yeah, it's not, Russ Wilson trying to turn back the hands of time.
Oh my God, he's
bunch
got
of
the
years.
moon ball back. Yeah,
Right.
That's
I'm not going to say confident. I mean, it's not. It's not like a here we go again because Bengals can put up points on a good defense.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah.
T.J. Watt's a menace. Cam Hayward's a menace. But
it all
Joe
comes down,
Burrow's had shitty offensive lines since 2020.
it all comes
like-
down to well, and hopefully Orlando Brown is back because he
Yeah,
was
he's
at
back.
practice.
I would
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would have assumed he would have been back 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
But
I
Yeah.
would have too.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you know what
nature-
assuming does to you?
yeah.
Exactly. Go ahead, ass assuming.
But yeah, it's they can put up points on a good defense.
Yeah.
The
they
Chargers
stop
have a good defense.
Mhm.
They put up points on them. I mean, this Ravens have an ass defense, so they put up a ton of points on them. But it's can the defense have like they had that stretch, where to start the second half.
They look
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The
for once.
Chargers went into a shell and went into run the clock out mode, but they resembled, at least for a quarter, an NFL defense. If they can do that for a quarter against the Steelers, who's again not anemic but not a very good offense, right? Then I think that they've got a good chance to win.
Yeah, they definitely have a chance to, but it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, when Russell Wilson, the Steelers' dynamic changed completely when it went from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson, but I still don't think the Steelers team is that good.
No.
Offensively, they're not
No.
that
They're
good.
not.
I don't think they're that good. Period.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, outside of
I mean,
TJ
longer there, some national pundits would say, "Oh, is this a Super Bowl team?" I'm going, no.
no, they're not.
No.
Because you know why? You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson as your quarterback.
No.
You're
Not
simply
now.
not.
Yeah.
Not even 10 years ago, you're not, because look what happened versus New England.
They won.
One,
and then you have the
had a
infamous,
awesome defense.
Yeah.
and then you have the infamous. I'm not going to hand Marshawn Lynch the ball, and
That's Pete Carroll thinking himself.
That was crazy.
Whatever.
I still don't get that one. But yeah, I agree with that. That's where I always go to these games like we can win them because we can score on anybody. Like, oh, there's a top 5 defense. I don't care. We can score on them. And the thing is, did you guys hear Joe Mixon was kind of, I don't want to say going off, but kind of talking a little bad about the Bengals and how they didn't use him right or whatever.
For 22 yards last weekend?
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, like, look, and you and me actually agreed on this.
He can pound sand.
You and me actually agreed on this that I love him, but he did not fit this offense. Chase Brown fits this offense more, and they're like, he's got more yards. Well, he's also got 45 more carries than Chase Brown does.
You look at success rate, and you look at all the metrics that were showing that, hey, this is a guy that the Bengals need to move on from for a multitude of reasons. Also, Chase Brown is yet to flash a gun at some lady in traffic, so he's got that going for him. But yeah, Mixon popping off is a really weird time to pop off. Like I don't.
Did you listen to it? Because he really kind of talked in circles and didn't really.
I only saw the clips because I don't care. But it's just seeing the clip, it's like, why?
Yeah.
But also on Joe Mixon too, like the comments came out, but it's like, dude, it's completely 2 different offensive schemes. Like he did not fit an inside.
We're not
zone.
A run oriented.
Right.
We're going to go into the red zone.
An inside zone running scheme, which is what Cincinnati is.
Yeah.
And you go down to Houston, they're an outside zone running scheme, and that's what he fits well.
And
when he had the success here in Cincinnati, it was because he bounced outside. It's not like he was going 10 yards of carry right up the middle.
Interior offensive line would suck whether he was here or not.
Right. One thing is too, we go down to the red zone. We don't run the ball. We spread it out to try to score.
Yeah.
Houston wants to run the ball, and that's what they did to. I mean, I said that when he left. He's going to have a good year. He's going to fit better. And Chase Brown, thank God, I think he's been better than Nixon. Mixon. I mean, I said Nixon. Mixon. And I love
he breaks
Joe
tackles.
Yeah. I mean, I love Joe Mixon, and I know Harrison has done a couple of videos about missing Joe Mixon, but I mean Chase Brown hasn't had a bad year at all.
Yeah, it's not taking anything away from Chase Brown. It's just we don't have that big body back that can hurt the defense to where we can take some pressure off, because Marshawn Lynch said it the best. Nobody just wants to keep hitting the big back over and over and over again, which people don't fear our run. Because we just have this, little tiny guy, Chase Brown, that they could hit. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards, which is great. He still has yet to break one, which we're all waiting for. Yeah. But it's like that constant tackling that bigger back. I feel like we didn't get anything. No,
I agree with that. Yeah. I want to get a bigger back to split time with Chase Brown or now
complimentary back.
Yeah, I wanted
Zach
Moss wasn't
like, he was okay. Like I've nothing against Zach.
No,
I think he was okay, and then he got hurt.
he defined when he was healthy.
Looking at yards per carry right here, and yards per carry aren't everything. Chase Brown 4.3. Who's down at 4.2? Can you read that name for me, Harrison? Joe Dean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Joe Dean.
Joe Mixon is actually averaging fewer yards per carry than Chase
Brown.
Yeah, they're fine. And also, let's look at cost.
Oh yeah, what $4 million cheaper?
A lot more than that. A rookie deal versus he got extended in a cut.
I know he got upset because they wanted him
a raise
to take another cut. But I mean, look, I know Saquon Barkley is having a great year. I know Derrick Henry's having a great year. But there's only
dudes.
Yeah, those are dudes. There's not that many.
No. You don't see many other running backs in the league reverse hurdling somebody.
No,
right.
Those are unbelievable number one running backs. And they're not. You don't get them. Every
those
year.
Guys are special.
Yeah, and those guys, they're worth the money. Mixon is good. Don't get me wrong. I love Mixon, but he just didn't fit what we do. And Chase Brown fits better. And I just don't understand why you're coming out after the Bengals when you're doing good, but are you really doing that much better? I mean,
it's like Jeremy Hill taking cheap shots at the Bengals when he was like,
"What did he play?
What are you doing?"
His last snap was the fumble in Pittsburgh.
Right, the meltdown.
I still want to fight him.
We all do. Exactly. I'll fight you with him.
I truly hate him with a passion, and I don't like when he. What was it when he got the Super Bowl? with the Patriots.
He
and
didn't
then-
play.
He didn't see.
No,
the
he didn't play.
No, he didn't
He
dress
did
that
not
way.
play
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And then was like took to Instagram, and I think I have the DM of what I wrote him.
Do you? Oh,
Um,
I gotta see this.
I got what
Yeah.
was his
Okay.
name?
Slid into the DMs
Because I was like, I want you to.
Harrison's like,
Harrison said, "I want the smoke."
Oh, yeah.
right.
me in the parking lot. I'm gonna knock you out.
Where is?
Harrison will leave him on
And the
that.
only reason he fumbled, like he wouldn't have even had the ball. He wasn't even that high regard. The only reason he had the ball is because Gio got absolutely
Demolished.
right. Ryan Shazier. What a surprise that guy almost paralyzed himself the way that he went in, like
Head first.
head hot. Like
It was, yeah. We don't-
yeah.
2015 was very depressing.
Yeah.
Who brought that up? Harrison, did you do that? What's wrong with you?
No, we brought up. I don't know. Probably.
Brought up Jeremy Hill.
Damn it.
Yeah. See.
Harrison went
Don't-
from saying prayers to wanting to catch smoke real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta. Here it goes.
And anytime something negative comes up or is brought up, it can be traced back to me.
2015.
Yeah.
Harrison
Yeah.
looks
I
like
mean, I
he
didn't bring up
found the-
2015.
Find
brought
it?
up,
Did you find it? What did you actually send him this?
Yeah,
All right.
I sent them. It's still in there.
The fumble?
yeah.
It is still in there. I sent them all of this. Yeah.
Read it
How's
for the
it-
audience. What did you say?
Imagine life if you ain't fumbled to cost us the playoff win.
You big
You-
bitch.
You need to learn how to hold on to the ball. Good luck not getting cut next year. Let's go live and I will talk all facts. And then I sent them a picture, never forget. And it's him fumbling. And then I said, we had your back, clown, after you let us down. And yeah.
Did he open it?
No, he did.
He was scared.
He did.
He was scared of you, Harrison.
But it's still there.
it's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah.
So,
I think you should screenshot that and just put that
Just
out
keep-
for everybody.
I just keep tagging him.
Yeah, just keep telling.
Nearly 10 years later, Jeremy Hill is gone.
You remember this? Like,
Yeah, he played one game for New England in 2018.
Yeah,
Had 4 carries, 25 yards, and then he's going to go run as like, dude.
I will not forget.
Dude. Like Rex Burkhead could run his routes because Rex Burkhead had a role with the Patriots.
On that team, too,
Yeah,
right?
On that team. I think he scored a couple tutties in the.
Yeah, I think.
I
yeah,
love
was
me-
about to
I love
say,
me
He
some-
definitely had a bigger role than what Jeremy Hill had.
I love me some sexy Rexy. That dude.
First of all, sir, that just flowed off the tongue like you said that multiple times.
That's what I called him. He was sexy Rex.
I'm a
You're gonna have.
you.
You're gonna have to.
Hey,
pause
I don't know
it.
if I want to sit next.
you're
to
the
you
one sitting
anymore.
next to him, too.
Yeah, this sexy Rexy, like this, like what? Like how did that just?
How did that come out of your mouth so easily?
He was Bengal for a long time. You give the dude.
I don't.
nicknames?
I don't think any of us called him that.
Yeah,
I know a lot of
don't
people call him
think.
sexy
I don't think
Rex.
any of us call
Hey,
him.
I know a lot of people.
I never once, ever. He wasn't even like the player that deserved the nickname like that. Like
That dude was bald as could be too.
That's why Joe liked him.
I got hair again.
You got hair again.
I'm,
don't know that-
I'm no longer bold.
that was just interesting. You warned us before. You got like we need a list
Warn
of your
us before you say
Yeah.
something like that.
we need a list of your nicknames.
Trigger warning. So you
Yeah, 'cause that was just sexy Rexy.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's just say this. Let's just say the miracle happens and the Bengals do win out. Does that put Joe Burrow back in or actually put him in the MVP conversation?
It has to because
I would think so.
it literally has to because
How would it not?
only happens because of him if he keeps
Yeah.
playing.
Well,
like
we
this.
need
And
the defense to do
I
something.
mean, yeah, but for the most part, the offense is like
They're the
Yeah.
reason we have I actually have a thought that they could do this.
right because it's not the defense at all.
No.
The defense just has to flip the switch.
The
and-
defense just has to be mediocre.
yeah,
If they
That's
can play
it.
like they did the
That's
beginning
it.
of the second half in the Chargers game, not the last play, but if they play like that somewhat consistently, we should.
But
And McPherson doesn't miss 2 kicks.
even if you go back to the Ravens game where
Yeah.
10, like we held Derrick Henry to 62 yards.
Yep.
Like
he had 40-some yards for the last 50-yard
yeah,
burst in
like
OT.
it's literally like we see glimpse of what
what's
could
frustrating.
be.
Hey, that young college kicker who made that kick on game day last week. I know he needs a check. and
Oh, the one, the
yeah,
student.
yeah.
Oh,
the
he drilled
student,
that
I
thing,
mean,
dude.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I mean, things
But-
start trending south.
One thing in my time of relaxation this week,
Yes,
And,
of your Zen.
without screaming at anything, and I'm just casually just watching other teams lose.
Get some ayahuasca. Was in a yurt with Aaron
Hey, you're
Rodgers.
doing ayahuasca this week. He was in a dark room by himself.
I was in deep,
3-day recovery
Man.
with Jelly Roll in the background.
you feel me? I was in deep meditation, and
Deep Thoughts by Harrison.
I see Washington. They can't kick field goals. Who else missed the field goal?
A lot.
49ers. have
49ers
Yeah.
field goal. Like I said, I'm like, it's not.
Dallas, dude, Brandon, was that Aubrey?
Brandon
Yeah.
Aubrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed a couple.
I'm
There
like,
are a lot of them missed that
Yeah.
one.
yeah, I'm like, it's not just us. It's not just us.
And I've got, after talking to Jim Breach, I'm stepping back from the ledge.
You
From,
okay?
from McPherson.
Uh-huh.
Again, I kickers are fungible to me. Like it's
Well,
it's signing guys to it's signing
Yeah.
guys to an extension. Like I think you can find decent kickers. And then they can go south quickly. It's like a reliever in baseball.
Or
but
like your
he's-
golf swing, like he said.
Right. He's got the leg. It's not as if he forgot how to do it. It's just he needs to get shit right because the margins are razor thin right now with how the team is playing collectively. The offense is great until they need to score points at the end or they need to sustain a drive at the end. You need that extra point. You need to be able to make field goals inside 50 yards. Here's my concern: even if the Bengals do win out, and then that would involve a win over the Broncos,
Which I do think it's a long shot, by the way. But I'm just saying they
that's
could do it,
the longest of shots.
but they're going to do it.
That's like
It's
me
happening.
running. It's like me running a sub 4
I'd pay to see
240. I can't run a sub 4 220.
Don't put that type of pressure out there on the Bengals. Okay, don't do that. Don't.
The problem is the Broncos, who they're going to be. I think Broncos are going to be who they're going to be fighting for the last playoffs. If the Bengals go on a run,
Right.
If they win out or win 5 of 6,
But the way Bo Nix has been playing right now, too, worrisome for the Bengals defense.
they play the Browns and the Colts for the next 2 games. That puts them at 9-5. If they those
Well,
are
they're going to lose both of them.
then they
Colts,
play
maybe.
then they play the
Speaking
Chargers.
into existence, Joe.
Yeah, then they've got the Chargers, Bengals, and Chiefs. Like if they go 2-3, that puts them at 9-8. And again, it would depend on what happens between them and the Bengals. If there are losses like for tiebreakers and things like that, but I don't know, man, because I don't see anyone else. I don't see the Chargers because now they get tiebreaker over the Bengals. I don't see them and whoever the second place team in the North is going to be, whether it's the Steelers or the Steelers or the Ravens. So it's that's what we need to worry about. Plus, I mean, there are teams in between that right now.
Miami low key pissing me off.
Yeah, but Tua is one concussion away from eating the rest of his food out of a straw. He's going to be like Boggs in Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, but
So-
because what's up with them? If they keep winning, or like
They are. Let me check the.
because they jumped to 8, I think. Miami.
Yeah,
Since
like
since
they've got.
they won.
Yeah, they're 5-6. So, shit, they've won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
Stupid. Yeah.
they're
But
literally.
yeah, they're ahead of the yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like the Bengals have to jump teams anyway. They're in 10th right now. They're
Right.
behind the Colts as well. So if they win out, they're going to jump those teams, and I'm not as worried about them. But the Broncos, the team that I worry about right now because they're playing well. They've got a rookie quarterback who's coming into his own. No more 60-yard. He had negative yards at the half
Yeah.
earlier in the season. But like Bo Nix is playing within the offense, like what Sean Payton was is hoping for. So that's the team that I worry about.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's all I need. Just
Just
a
need a
little
chance, baby.
Just a little chance,
I wasn't talking to you,
What the
Theory.
Damn, Siri just shut us down.
Yeah, I know.
She said, "I don't see a chance."
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I didn't ask you, Siri.
Siri's more pessimistic than I am.
I know.
Jesus.
What's up with that?
That's rough.
That's horrendous.
Hey, Siri, there's a reason why no one asks you questions.
Yeah.
Alexa's better.
Don't listen. You're fine. All right. So, with that being said, what are the key? I mean, the offense got to stay the same. As we get Orlando Brown back. If you get Orlando Brown back, for some reason the interior line plays better. I know Cornel Wilson does, You get that there. That gives Joe more time. And what I think they need to do is get up to a good start and then ball control of the offense. Keep our defense on the sideline and run the clock out. But, I mean, you can do that, and people get irritated with this dink and dunk and all that stuff. But I really think that's what the Bengals need to do is to have long, drawn-out drives. And
they've had a bunch of them, even just passing the game. They've
yeah, you can do passing. Yeah.
I think they had like a 17-play drive or something crazy. Like
they
open
had a
first drive.
17-play drive to start the first quarter of what was it? The
Ravens,
game?
I think,
Yeah.
and then the next drive was another extremely long, drawn-out drive.
As long that they need to consistently do that.
I mean, it would be nice to have an explosive play, so you're not taking 17 plays to go down the field.
But I don't want the defense back out.
It absolutely drained. It was like 10 minutes. It absolutely killed the entire quarter. If you can get at least one of those, or even two of those, to where you're picking up between the two 14 points and 15, 16 minutes clock between the two of them, that cuts that game down a lot. And again, with the Steelers offense, if you make them throw, they're going to make mistakes.
Yes, you want them to throw the ball.
Bengals are allergic to catching the ball on defense.
Okay, you know what? I'm done with this negative shit with
Hey,
you. Listen, okay,
turnovers.
so now look, you done woke up. You done woke me up now, okay? You done woke me up because now I'm guaranteeing the Bengals getting a pick 6 on Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
And you know who gonna do it? Cam.
Let's go. Give me some.
Give me some.
CG.
Boom, baby.
Yeah.
See, I was trying to work
Let's
on
go.
myself, but now
If that
say
happens,
something. I'm what?
if Cam,
What? Say something. Because
Dang.
now I was trying to be
I
cool.
was saying if Cam Taylor Britt gets that pick 6, we get to see our good friends Joe and Jeremy in the overalls, right, from that deal.
Yes, we do. Yes.
So
if that happens,
there's a lot on stake.
there's a lot. Yeah. So tell people about the bets for people that don't know about it.
So the bet is, I believe it's with Jeremy.
It's between Jeremy or Joe Damon and Cam Taylor Britt.
So if Cam Taylor Britt gets a pick 6, Joe Danneman will have to wear the Bengals overalls that Cam Taylor wore for the
opening day. I think.
opening game outfit attire thing. Joe Danneman
Shirtless.
will do a show in the overalls.
Yeah.
I poked the bear a little bit
Yeah,
too much, apparently.
because I ain't about to go for no more slander about this.
No
This
more
is-
slander.
This is
Turnovers are a
Listen.
fluky thing. Like good defenses can go years without causing a lot of turnovers. Bad defenses can get a lot of turnovers.
I'm
And
telling
Bengals are
you.
just struggling with turnovers.
struggle is over. Okay,
Hey,
the struggle is
they're
over.
not struggling
They had
Let's see it.
a
I'm
whole
happy to see it.
week.
I knew I
to relax. Okay, Hey, all that neck, it ain't happening no more. We about to come out and look like some killers. Okay,
Let's see it.
I'm telling you. I'm because
I'm a Bengal fan. I
Listen.
want to see it.
I'm
I'm happy to
sound
see
like
it.
you don't believe. You sound like
Do you
lost hope.
believe? You have
Okay.
to believe.
Because I'm telling you, after Sunday,
Don't believe. I do.
after Sunday, it is going to be a lot of emotions if we lose.
There
this
will
one.
be a lot of emotions.
Because
I
it's over.
guarantee that.
And
I
I'm
agree.
not ready for it to be
So,
over.
folks, if we don't see Joe next week, y'all will know why.
Yeah. Harrison put him down.
I'm not gonna be around you on Sunday, man.
I'm telling you right now. We flip. And,
You don't know where I live.
We turn. I will find out. I will find out.
I know where he lives. I can
Shit.
tell you.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
His
I will
wife's in
find
attendance.
out.
I have a
tonight.
beautiful wife and two pain in the
She's
ass.
not even
Just
paying
look.
attention to it. She's
I
on her
know.
phone.
Well,
She's texting somebody.
She's tired of
She's
your.
not even paying attention. They were talking about her.
Yeah. See, we can even say her name. Now she looked.
See, all that negative stuff. I won't pay him no attention either. You are a very beautiful woman. Yep.
I just said
No,
my beautiful
not
wife.
see. No, don't listen to him. Don't
It's
listen
on
to him.
tape. You can hear
No,
I said my
no.
beautiful wife.
No,
Wait,
no,
how old are you? This is not tape. This is on the internet.
It's recorded.
no, no. See see what happened. Let's get back. Okay, hold on. Let me
All
do.
All right.
Hey, she's had a deal with me for 25 years, so she deserves.
God
your
help
pity.
her.
I'm
You
sorry.
need to buy her a drink for that one.
I'm not gonna say how long my wife had to deal with me. So well, that's another whole story. All right, so let's talk about the Bearcats football team here. Will
Do
they,
we have to?
Yeah. Will they get one more win to be bowl eligible?
I'm not seeing it.
After
TCU is playing well,
after
and
they're
the
asking by
Bearcats
Kansas
aren't.
State,
Yeah.
they were never in that game.
They looked like they didn't want to be the Corey Kiner's out there, and Dante Corleone. Those guys are out there giving literally every
I will
ounce that they
I will
have.
say this. We'll rewatch the game Saturday night. The play that everybody is gonna
Nah, man, you can't
think-
sit there. You ain't allowed. No,
play that
it's my seat.
everybody is going to really talk about from the game on Saturday night is obviously going to be the pick before halftime.
Yeah.
Rewatch the game. All I'm going to say is rewatch the game. Watch how that play progressed. That play's not on Brendan Sorsby. So before anybody says that, rewatch the play.
I've forgotten it, so I don't even remember.
I'll have to rewatch it. I don't know. I didn't. I couldn't
the
watch
pick
the whole
six-
game. I got
the
so
pick-
irritated.
The near pick six right before half when UC was driving, the play got blown up, completely blown
Yeah.
up.
So, like pass interference.
No, it was a missed assignment.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It was a missed assignment on Cincinnati's front that missed the block, resulted in the pick.
All right. So
And that
I'll
changed
put,
the game, but it's still potential that they can get the job done and go bowling on Saturday.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
hope
even if they
I-
lose, they can still go bowling because there aren't going to be enough over 500 or 500
Yeah, but
over teams.
even
but-
with that, there we asked Scott Satterfield that today, and it sounds like there have been
I know his answer was kind of
there have been no discussions with that at all.
Yeah.
So overall,
so
I
what-
think the only way that they go bowling is with a win on.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, from the year they had last year to where they are now, if they don't, because I predicted that they would go bowling this year. I know you said they would too. If they don't, is this a miss for Saturday? Because let's be honest, he made a huge jump from one season to the next. What we had the first year was god awful. This has been a lot better. It's not ending. Hopefully, we'll see what happens next week. But has it so far ended the way we wanted it to? There's they're starting to collapse in the second half here. What's your thoughts, Neil, on Satterfield's job right up to this point? I'll put it that way because we don't know what's happening next
Job
week.
up to this point, I still stand firm on the statement that I've said dating back to the beginning of the season. In this offseason, you got to give a guy 3 years.
Yeah, I said that
in football. You have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
give-
I'm not saying his job's in jeopardy. I believe
but
wholeheartedly I give him 3 years.
overall, it's completely night and day difference
Right.
from what 2023's team was to 2024's. And on top of it, the one game they lost was versus Pitt. Obviously, should have won that game.
We were at that game.
That game would have put you in bowl eligibility right now. And then you have the West Virginia game, 17 points off turnovers. It was their own silly mistakes
Yeah.
that cost.
Wasn't
them.
that the issues last year? Like even as bad as the team was, and they were 3-9, they looked a 3-9 team. There were multiple games to where they could have won, but they made mistakes at the end. I don't see this as I think this is a better team because they have more talent. I don't think they're in a better position. They were 5-2.
They were 5-2.
Who like they should have split these last 4 games. Like losing to Colorado and Colorado, understand.
Yeah, that game was
Like,
understandable. And then
that's
I think
losing this last game,
They-
I understand.
Well, just
like,
they would have won the Texas Tech game, which they had a chance to do. They
I
missed that
think the
because of
biggest
the
one
field
that
goal.
hurts them is West Virginia, because the reason I say that is you had every ounce of momentum following the victory at UCF.
Yeah.
You have a win over a now top 15 ranked Arizona State
Arizona
team.
State's on like they're granted quarterbacks help,
So
which helps a lot, but Cam Scatterbo is a fantastic running
And
running back.
on top
Got
of it,
who?
that
Scatterboo.
game right there, you should have had all your momentum for
Yeah.
Cincinnati, but then it just quickly shifted. You have the rough outing versus West Virginia. Iowa State, everybody knew it wasn't going to be an easy
It was a
test.
close game
It was
until
close game.
until they got the doors blown off because Sorsby is absolute gun shy right now.
Sorsby
He's
has went down.
afraid
He
to throw
played
the ball
great
downfield.
at the beginning of the season. He
Yeah.
has definitely went down. Because how many deep passes did they do last week against Kansas State? And he just flat missed them.
He was lobbing the goddamn ball. He just kept doing these little Jeff Blake rainbow
they weren't even
balls.
close.
and I will
that
give
was
him
the
credit.
disappointing thing to me.
The thing I will say about Iowa State's defense is obviously it's a similar defense to what Cincinnati runs in the 3-3-5.
Right.
But when you rewatch it, it was something Cincinnati has not seen all season because Iowa State dropped 8 the entire game. They only blitzed 4 times the whole entire game.
Why don't we run the ball more?
Well, they did. I mean, they ran the ball a lot.
They ran.
did?
Sorsby ran for 140.
Oh,
Yeah,
did they?
Scorpio ran for 150 that game.
Like I said,
Never forget what
it was my wife's birthday party Saturday, so I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
they
watch
had
the
a
game
lot of success there, but they missed a couple explosive plays that if they would have hit Evan Pryor, they missed Evan Pryor on another home
I
run
did
ball.
see that one. Yep.
You missed that one. You
Yeah,
get
they
one-
ran for 287.
Yeah, they ran for nearly 300 yards in that game. So overall, they were right there with
So
them.
what's your gut feeling? You think they can win Saturday against TCU?
Saturday is winnable versus TCU. but
I think it's
If
winnable. Yeah.
they can and will. Yeah, they can win
Yeah,
because
yeah.
TCU,
Well, all right,
TCU is
do
not
you
a
think
great
they
team.
will?
They're playing better.
I say right now, you don't think they will.
No, because just the way the season is going, guys are already saying they're entering the portal.
that's
and-
every team, though.
Well, I know, but
Yeah, that's every
right
team.
now you don't like not every team you're hearing guys are entering.
But
the
I will
portal.
say,
and that's the concerning thing.
after
you're hearing.
today, we spoke to Scott Satterfield, Brendan Sorsby, Dante Corleone, Eric Phillips. We spoke to a couple of different guys today. And the biggest thing I will say is social media posts have been posted to pack the nip on Saturday. And on top of it, you look down, some of these guys, Eric Phillips is 6-year senior.
Mhm.
I spoke to him coming in before we filmed this show. He is fired up to go out there. But the thing for Cincinnati to win, not only to pack the nip, it's nip at night, first of all.
I know you're happy about
Finally, you finally
about damn time, and it's a game that
you
is
finally get that
barely
night game.
meaningful.
that. Well, it could be the biggest game of the year if they win it.
I know.
But a reason why I'm going to say this game is winnable, look at the last time a team from Texas came to Cincinnati in the absolute winner.
Preach.
Was that the
2000
AAC championship game?
2021 when SMU came up here and lost
Oh, that's
48
right.
to
Yes.
14.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
okay, yeah.
I remember.
Temperatures are supposed to be 20-degree weather.
Cold.
It's going to be cold.
Dante Corleone did confirm that he is going sleeveless on Saturday night, so that's going to be interesting. to
And
see.
Joe's going hairless.
Oh wow.
And on top of it, you guys got to think too, like TCU has not played a game in under 60-degree weather all season. They're going to come up here and
They're gonna be
that
freezing their booties off.
first hit is going to
it's gonna
Instant-
win.
it's going to hurt.
Mhm.
I'm looking at their last.
What you got there? Okay.
God is about to shed light
Uh-huh.
on Cincinnati
Yes,
sports.
sir.
I'm telling
Preach,
you.
baby. Let's
Yeah,
But-
it's all coming. It's all coming.
For Cincinnati to win this game, you got to get to the quarterback. You got to get to Josh Hoover, flat out. If you let him sit in the pocket,
Dante Corleone.
this could be a huge game for Dante
Bartlett
Corleone.
Wilson as well. I mean,
That too.
Jared
Corleone, I
Bartlett,
mean,
this could be a huge game, but Cincinnati gets to the quarterback.
How good? How good CCU's offensive line?
I mean, they're good
They're
offense.
pretty good. Okay.
But the thing is, TCU is like a similar offense to Colorado. It's a running back by committee. They're going to spread the ball out. Their wide receiver is up for the Blitnikoff Award. So, Jack Betts is going to get the ball. He's got 59 receptions for 1,100 yards nearly and 10 touchdowns. He's the guy. He was teammates with Corey Kiner at LSU.
Right.
You know that he's their number one guy. They got another couple guys out there. Scott Satterfield alluded to. These are all guys. Guys, their smallest wide receiver is 210. Weighs 210.
Damn.
some big boys.
Think about that. 210 and they're running like they're 180. So in order for this, if you do not get Josh Hoover is 6th in the country in passing yards right now, nearly 3,600 yards. If you get pressure to Josh Hoover, could be a different game. This could be the game where Dante Corleone has one final showing at Pert Stadium. If this is his last ride, nobody knows yet. Nobody knows yet if this is his last ride. Obviously, a lot of things to be still figured out there on that aspect. But get pressure to the quarterback and nip at night. Fans do what they do. Pack nip. Especially at night. You get the night game you all want
If
for.
it's loud, my concern is not students aren't going to be as involved because they're off campus, and I know us hardcore fans are pretty pissed, and I know a lot of people
Who's got
aren't
your
going to be
extra ticket?
showing up. What's that?
Who's got your extra ticket?
Sorry, she hasn't got no
But-
game all year because.
But I will
kids
say
suck.
this. If there is any game that they should pack, it should be this one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
essentially a playoff game
Yeah.
for Cincinnati.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not. Yeah,
They don't
I'm
win.
I'm concerned because of what's gone on. Like they haven't won in a month and a half. I mean, they've lost 4 straight. They had a bye week, so it's been 6 weeks since they last tasted victory. Again, the
It's time to
hardcores. I know a lot. And luckily, there's not going to be a lot of. I don't know how well TCU travels. I don't think they're traveling very well to Cincinnati.
I don't
Like,
think anybody's leaving 65-degree
Yeah,
weather to
it's-
come to
it's- it's
15.
gonna be too
and-
cold to come up here.
It's going to be the high is 32 degrees on Saturday, so it's going to be cold as hell.
And that's not
Um,
counting the wind either.
Right, exactly. I'm just gonna keep drinking until I warm up. That's
Smart.
mine and the missus plan. So,
Very smart.
but
He said that's smart.
That's very smart.
not my first rodeo.
There we go.
Dr. Harrison.
Hey, if you're drinking
That's
though,
what I'm here for.
you got to make sure you're doing it right and drinking Cincy Lights, right?
She will. I don't drink beer.
He doesn't
I'll
drink
be
beer.
hitting. They've got the
He's alcohol.
yeah.
Straight shots.
bourbon. I got my bourbon.
Bourbon.
They
Keep
got
you
the
warm.
they've got a big tent up there on just by the pavilion there where they've got I got my bar and get my
Yeah,
double
he's
shot.
weird. He does not drink beer. He just likes bourbon. That's it.
You sound like you
Liking-
got some VIP shit.
sound-
Dude, I got. They're just regular
Sounded like me,
big
my
booth
friend.
that's open by everybody.
Okay.
This is a good spot. I had an.
Okay.
See, I always support Cincinnati and drink Cincinnati Light when I get a chance. So,
I bought
unlike you,
I-
terrible Bearcat
She-
fan.
drink Cincy Light.
All right, I guess that's one of you. I like her better than you anyway.
Most people do.
So, what are the bowls you think the Bearcats will be invited to if they win on Saturday? Is there any talk out there right now?
I haven't checked the latest projections. Obviously, there's still a lot of things that need to happen for Cincinnati to get to the bowl game, and that's getting that 6th victory. I know a couple weeks ago when I looked last, it was the Birmingham Bowl. You had the one bowl out in Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But in order to get to a bowl game, you would rather not sit and play the waiting game of
just win.
What teams want to decide that they want to play in a bowl game or not. I think if you get to 6 wins, you get to the bowl game. That's not only step one,
right,
in rebuilding it and getting the fans back on track. But if you get to a bowl game and you win a bowl game, you finish the season 7-6 after a 4-game losing streak. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge for the momentum. But overall,
it gets you set. We'll always say get you set, but it really kickstarts your off season.
Yeah, it really will. Because if you get to a bowl game, people aren't going to opt out or whatnot. Or I mean, some guys would probably opt out depending on if it's NFL draft time or whatnot. But
right. and guys that are transferring, they're going to they're going to get out sooner than later to take phone
get that
calls.
extra time in the portal to get whatever looks they might get. But
we'll drink it.
Yeah, it ain't going to waste.
Yeah. One of us will drink it.
But overall, I think
that's mine. Stop stealing my shit.
What? That's mine. It's mine.
Just trying to hog Harrison's beer.
Yeah, you
over
are
here.
too.
Take a sip, pass it down.
I think so. Yeah,
he doesn't care. It's a beer. He's fine.
Beer. Yeah, we're good.
He's good with it. Either way.
you can put it
So, who was the recruit that UC lost to Ohio State? I saw you tweet that out this week.
Yeah, so it's been
that was 2 of them they lost, right?
Two recruits flipped in recent weeks, and I mean,
you can put the fries over here.
Everyone who follows UC extensively, they see the job that this staff has done,
right?
Identifying talent early. I mean, you look at guys. They had Benny Patterson, was a guy out of Newcastle, Indiana. They had him recruited since June. He flipped to Michigan after receiving offers from Michigan, LSU, Florida State, and another Power 4 school, all within a recent month. So he was the first one to go to Michigan about a month ago. And then over the recent weeks, Cincinnati lost Jahari Medlock yesterday, who was the big 6'7" offensive tackle.
You went to Florida, right?
Flipped to Florida, but think about it. Didn't really play much football. This was a guy who just had a strictly wrestling background. He played some football, but he was
he wrestled at 6'7". Holy crap!
An elite wrestler.
Jeez.
And then
he just
he played on the football field. He was a late bloomer. And then after he committed to Cincinnati, not even a month after him, he's getting an offer from Kirby Smart in Georgia. So what does that say about the talent level that this?
Yeah, they're going after.
They're identifying talent before any other school in the country does, and they get them to commit. Jordan Woods was the one you're referencing.
Yeah.
Another Georgia native. He was committed to Cincinnati since June. Ohio State's been in the picture as of late, and they finally got that flip. But overall, I mean, it just says a lot about what this staff is doing. I mean, you're recruiting guys who are ending up flipping. I mean, look at the 3 flips that Cincinnati has lost to in this 2025 recruiting class. Kid goes to Michigan, who's coming off a national championship. Kid goes to Florida. And then a kid goes to Ohio State, where if you're a defensive back, you're more than likely wanting to go to Ohio State just due to the talent level that Ohio State has produced DB-wise.
Right.
So overall, I mean,
so what does UC's recruiting class look like so far? I mean, is there
there's still 19 guys committed
that good?
in the class, but they have
Joe doesn't agree with you here.
Following the decommitments from Jahari Medlock and Jordan Woods, the team rankings definitely took a hit. And latest rankings, they're down to like outside of 60 now, which isn't where you want it to be. But I would still say there's still time. But there's also the transfer portal.
The portal
well.
is where, especially with guys that are with who they know they're going to lose. Corleone's not coming back. Like he's gonna
be in Bengals stripes next year. At least I hope so.
I mean,
I pray he will be.
He would definitely look good.
Yes.
Bengals don't bring in Bearcats, and I don't know
why. They need to change that.
They need, because they need impact guys. Satterfield needs impact guys. I think to secure his job next year. He can't rely on on a lot of young players at positions where they're going to have to rebuild. See, I don't like where they are in the recruiting rankings. Ultimately, none of that really matters. They've won with rankings in the 70s. Whatever. It's how you develop those guys. But I would have hoped that now they're in the 12. Now they're in a Power 4 conference, that their rankings would be they would be bringing in better. It's great that they're identifying guys that are under the radar.
You just gotta find a way to lock it up.
Either lock it up or quit going out like bolster those guys with guys that you can lock up. Go steal recruits, that Miami or some, or a smaller school found, and you realize they're under-evaluated. So,
and I think that's too a good point that you mentioned, Joe, because you look at what Cincinnati did in the transfer portal this past offseason. 7 of their 11 defensive starters came via transfer portal.
And under the radar, like Jake Golday was.
Jake Golday was an extremely under the radar, and I can tell you guys right now, he held a USC offer. Wasn't out there, but he held a USC.
He's fantastic. Like his size and speed at outside background. Love watching that guy.
He held a USC offer. There was a couple other guys. I mean, Kai Stokes came from Ohio State. Yeah. He had plenty of other offers.
So what you're saying to make this to round out this class, they're going to have to get some transfers.
They're definitely going to be involved in the transfer portal.
Big time.
Definitely will be involved.
Which was they were involved in it big time. How many transfers did they have this past year? Do you know offhand?
It's a year after year thing.
22, but think about it this way: you're going to see an exodus in the transfer portal after the announcement move that the football scholarships will be increasing to 105.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys hear this? That I heard somehow they're talking about putting a cap on the NILs for the schools, how much they can actually.
I mean, Ohio State's rolling 20 mil right
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But they're talking. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if it's NCAA.
It's going to be extremely hard to cap NIL.
Well, and it's going to go back to the old days
fair.
of just illegal shit.
Yeah. Well, I think
the money isn't going away.
No, the money's not going away, but I do think they have to do that because, like you said, I think it's 20 mil. I mean, Texas is giving guys Ferraris or whatever the hell they're giving them. They're giving all kinds of stuff.
Lamborghinis,
Ferraris. Yeah. I mean, you gotta do something. I have no. I'm all for the others getting money. I think they should, but to keep it so it's not just the schools that have all the money and getting the ones that don't.
Legislature behind it.
They just let it go. It's Wild Wild West.
But I don't trust the NCAA to proper legislating because the NCAA only cares about the NCAA.
Football and basketball, I think, need to break off and they can start their own freaking thing and let the other stuff go back to the regional stuff, and that way swimming teams don't have to travel to California, and then the basketball and football can create their own East, West, North, South, all that stuff, their own divisions. And they have the money, they have the TV contracts. They don't need the NCAA. I don't know why. I've said this a couple different times. I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
Paul, recruiting's always been that way. I mean, whether it's been NIL or just boosters just slide money under the table, it's always been to the high. There's a reason. Who really wants to go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or where some of these schools are in the SEC?
Ask Eric Dickerson about his Camaro.
Right, exactly. or some of these schools, some of these big schools. Who really wants to go to these places unless you're getting a hell of a benefit? You're not there for the academics. Yeah. Exactly. You're there because someone's slipping you money and you can get and you can get high profile, like get on TV and basically have a hell of an audition for the NFL. So,
Harrison, what was it like when you got your NIL deal?
I can't talk about that.
Why
he was too busy getting them ankles crossed, apparently.
Under a legal.
See, listen, y'all try.
Who'd that come from? These two guys.
I was asking a legit question. I was just getting about your
you
NIL.
might be okay. You might be.
He's invited back to the barbecue now.
His ass ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it.
I can bring some sides.
Okay, I got
some sides.
Yeah,
what sides would you bring?
I'd have to see what's out there. I mean,
hold up. First of all, the fact that you had to say you had to see what's out there.
No. I got to see what's being brought because I don't want to bring the same shit someone else is bringing. I can do a damn good mac and cheese.
Exactly.
But if 5 other people bring mac and cheese, then all you get is mac and cheese. You need some greens, you need some beans, you need some other shit.
Some beans?
You don't have baked beans out of.
Oh, okay. No, you just said beans. So I was
baked beans.
Oh, okay.
Baked beans with bacon in them.
No.
Yeah, I got scared.
Good stuff.
Your first words was beans. Like you got to say baked beans. You just can't.
He's bringing.
I'm bringing beans to the cookout. Like,
he's bringing green beans. They're still on the stem. He's bringing green beans.
Beans are damn good, man. You cook that shit with bacon. Put a little sea salt on them. Oh man.
Yeah. See, you're right.
So you just out here lying. You just out here lying. You just out here lying. So how you know they taste good if you don't eat them?
Because she can make them.
Nope. This is turning.
Wow.
This is turning to counseling now. This is a therapy.
Give her a
session.
mic. Let her.
I'm eating the beans from the Warners. They
Look
good
how
shit.
you stutter from the.
Yes, I have to. I absolutely have.
It was that.
You should come every week. Why haven't you been here every week?
Now I feel like I don't know you anymore.
Don't one of the kids got to go to dance or something? You got to go.
For those who are wondering what is going on, Joe is getting absolutely cooked by his wife. in the car
Exactly.
Right now.
We need to give
This
her
is
a
beautiful.
microphone. See, if you guys are down here, you'd be able to see it. So you should come on down here.
She'd be cooking.
Because we're down here
anyway.
every Tuesday. I'm
Grilling.
I believe her. I don't believe you.
Yeah, every Tuesday.
I
From
can
6
good
to
mac
8.
and cheese.
I don't know.
I can make some damn.
Oh, damn. Why you always lying?
Why you cover the camera if I have a graphic on?
Oh.
Oh God, I'm losing. I'm losing
Hey.
control of the show here.
Hey,
Sorry.
Joe, I'm hoping
Just
that
let me
you.
know. She won't come.
I'm hoping she's got the car key tonight and she leaves here.
Not my bad. She's had a couple drinks. She ain't getting behind the. She,
Augie, there is no way you're getting here in 10 minutes. You live in New York.
right.
Love you though. So where were we at? I lost all control of the show here.
We got a liar.
They
Talk about
were
the
they were
cookout.
trying to cook you.
We have a liar.
Yeah,
Now I might kill Neil by the end of this.
I'm
You bringing up-
still your boy though, right? Yeah,
Strawberry
exactly.
ice, you good.
Hey,
You good.
He's the one that said something about your ankles.
Stop. Why you gonna bring it back up? All right, it was gone.
hey, at least I'm not the one lying about what I'm bringing.
Yeah,
to
you
the
think
cookout.
so you bring beans? You know you eat beans.
From a hypothetical side dish to a hypothetical cookout.
Oh no! I'll tell you places that don't bring potato salad. No, bring potato salad. I love potato salad.
I like potato salad.
Oh, dude,
but,
good shit.
but what are you gonna do? You're gonna leave that out? That's just gonna get
Harrison,
You eat
gave
it
that
fast
look
enough. It
like-
doesn't.
I ain't gonna say nothing about potato salad with that.
I love potato
No.
salad.
What you put in potato salad?
I go to buy it.
potatoes.
That's what I put in it. It's really
Nah,
spicy
I don't
mustard.
think so.
Oh, dude.
So the real question is, what's Joe bringing to the tailgate on Sunday?
Yeah.
Mm.
Joe hasn't shown up to the tailgate because
Oh
he's like,
wow.
I got to go home and I don't want to come there and then drive all the way back. He's never shown up to the tailgate.
Wow.
By the way, if you're wondering what the tailgate is,
My ass been out the door.
you live 20 minutes away.
I know, but I gotta share. This takes time.
what take
God,
time?
that does not take time.
What
At
take
all. That
time?
does not
You
take
don't
time.
even
What-
need
hold
a
on, what-
coat.
wait.
At all. There's
hold
no
on.
way that takes
What
time.
take time?
Do what?
To put
Comb
your glasses
hair?
on?
To get her ass up with the kid because I'm the one who's up
I
every day
feel like
morning.
I feel like she already up, ready to
No,
beat your ass.
No.
Don't say that now because she outside.
Tell her.
Exactly. That's also being bad. She's
She doesn't
outside.
get out, she doesn't get out of bed even on the weekday mornings. Like she's in there because I know she knows I got both kids handled.
All right.
That's my hoodie. You like that? That's nice.
Money's corrupted
Yeah.
everything. Well, welcome to America after 1776, Robert.
For sure.
So at least I know what happened to it.
Anyway,
All right, little Bearcat hoops.
Yeah, if Terry's ready to come on,
there's nothing
Give
but
it up for-
positivity.
the Bearcat broadcaster, Final Four legend, my friend Terry Nelson.
We get legit optimism to talk about without having to delude ourselves.
What's going on?
What is up, Terry? How are you, sir?
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, so we got the cats that are seen in the country.
Are these T-Move mics? These are the lightest mics in my life.
Oh yeah, check. I got the
Drop
heavy
in the
one.
water, they'll float.
I got the heavy mic.
Okay.
You know, that's my arms like this. You gotta have the big mic to hold that one. All right, so the Bearcats, they were 16th ranked in the country, playing Alabama State, and then right before that, or after that, they got starting getting to the meat of the schedule here. Are we seeing a team that I think should be at least a Sweet 16? Now, Alex Meacham was here. He said, you were here when he said they should be a final. He's thinking they should be a Final Four team. Do you think they're that good? I mean, I think it's Sweet 16, Elite 8. Where you at, Terry?
There's no team that should be anything in college basketball. You got this sport. You got to earn it. It's like football. You got
right.
to earn it. Sports in general.
Yeah.
Now, are they capable? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're too deep in every position. Some 3
Just
deep.
gonna say that.
And quality depth. So not just like I can put a guy in that can get you 2 rebounds. And no, we got guys that can score, block shots, dunk, shoot threes. And our best shooter probably is not even playing.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about CMOS. CMOS is
Seamoss is
Yeah.
playing good, dude.
CMOS is a great
He
shooter.
does a lot better if he didn't get hit with a car.
CJ Anthony is shot for shot just as good as CMOS.
Yep.
I'll second that.
I've heard that from pretty much everybody who's seen him.
Yeah.
That he's a bucket man.
You've been to some of those.
I've seen him
yeah.
CJ pull up from 40 before.
You've seen some of those practice sessions where Wes Miller brings in the officials.
Yeah, and
he's the best player on the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
He can absolutely let it fly. But they got the depth, they got shot making, they got creativity.
Yeah.
And the key is they got some dogs at the point guard. Some very good wings, and with CMOS and Skillings, they've been doing this, finding their rhythm without Skillings. You got some guys that can come in, and like Tyler Betsy, he's a specialist.
Right.
When he gets in the game, he'll move as further back as he can from the 3-point line, and if you don't guard him,
he'll shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you guard him, he'll pass and try to cut.
Right.
But other than that, he'll line up at 30 feet, and if you don't come, he'll try to shoot it. And he's got that range, and Wes doesn't care. Wes is like,
Wes, he said, I heard today on the postgame shot, he goes, I don't care how the ball goes in. As long as it goes in, I don't care.
Tyler Betsy's 9 for 16 from behind the arc to start his career as well.
Nice.
That's not too bad.
That's like Harrison when he played back in the day.
Hey, for sure. I was cold.
Gold.
I was Curry before Curry was even, cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Curry first.
Yeah, I was that. But back in the day, they didn't have foot. The camera angle is messed up.
Yeah.
I could have went Division One.
That's like the camera adds 10 pounds. Camera adds 3 bricks.
Hey, that's like the video of me dunking, right?
Right.
Back in the day, I can
know,
find it somewhere.
Yeah, I had to,
Let me get y'all telltale side when brothers be lying.
Exactly.
And,
way back there.
Back in the day,
mom, I had to be there and everything. So yeah, that's how that went.
Well, see, they were recording it. And it was a video recorder, and it broke. The tape broke.
Yeah,
It was there.
They was like when I was on the court, they was like LeBron. Who? I was like
Harrison.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been no MJ. It would have been Harrison. But we ain't here to talk about that. UC basketball.
Yeah. I will say this. In practice, Wes Miller really drives this.
Yeah.
He really drives the challenge of in different. They must have 100 different drills they can use throughout the season.
Wow.
And they have a different combination of those drills every day in practice. You get your core fast break drill. He do it for about a minute or two. Make sure they get out and run. But whatever the point of emphasis was that they needed to work on for the week, boxing out, which was boxing out last week. For about 20 minutes, they had 4 different drills and different stations going on.
Right.
And they had guards coming crashing down, guys getting boxing out, bigs getting weak side rebounding, shot going up, turning, spinning, checking your guy before you go and get the rebound for the basketball. So whatever it is, he's putting together a drill, and it's fast.
Right.
He wants everything fast. So very rarely does the clock wind all the way down to 5 or 4 seconds, whatever.
Right.
He sees enough, on to the next thing. He'll just stop in the middle of the drill. Let's go on to the next thing. And he's got maybe 60 things he wants to get done in practice, and he may only get 30.
Right.
But depending on what he sees from that particular time slot he has for that, then he will continue to, push it until he sees it. Then he'll stop it. He'll make some mental corrections. But for the most part, as you've been there, he doesn't necessarily have to jump these guys because these guys have bought in to working hard, bought in to doing it the right way.
He had to stop practice and start over
early on.
Okay.
Early on. But no, he doesn't do the start over thing like Huggins would do.
Yeah.
But he would just give you a mental, a mental whipping, not necessarily a verbal whooping like Cronin or Huggs would do. His was so much weigh on you, like I'm not going to play this week.
Right.
Or I'm not going to, because you got somebody behind you.
Right.
Whereas Huggs had to play you, so he's just going to give you everything that's on his mind,
whether you wanted to hear it or not. Right.
He's like, I can't not play you. I want to win, so you're going to take this verbal ass whooping. And he's going to let you have all 5 minutes of it. You're going to sit there and, you get cold, bumps on your arm by the time you finish. He's going to let you have it. But he don't, it's once he get it out, it's over.
Right.
He's got he's got the basketball Tourette's. Like once it's gone,
it's gone.
It's gone. Mick held on to it.
Yeah.
Mick wanted you to feel it.
Take it home with you.
Yeah, he wanted you to pack that in your bag and take a shower with it. So
let me ask. I'm not, obviously you and Neil both get to see a lot more than we do, but from the outside, it seems like Wes is just one of the most detail oriented. As in, like, he's
Good
got
point.
an answer and a plan for literally everything.
Good
Now,
point.
can you compare that to, and obviously skip over Brandon because that was its own weird thing, but with Mick and with Huggins, how does he compare to those two guys in terms of just the down to the granular level?
They're all the same
Okay.
in that aspect, and that's what made them all great coaches.
Sure.
Because Hugs was very detailed. We had counters to the counters. I was just talking to, whenever I see Penny Hardaway, I always hold up 4, just joking with him, and he's like, stop doing that.
No, 1992 was a glorious year.
Yes, it was. I loved it.
But I told him, I said, look, you guys ran some similar stuff to what we ran. And Tony Maddox, who was the coach at Alabama State, he was on that team. And I said, you guys ran similar stuff that we did, but ours was a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
It was a little bit firmer. Cronin was over and over and over and over again. One thing about the difference between those two coaches compared to Wes is very detailed, but he's not going to harp on it all game. Like, he's got other stuff he's got to get done. So he's going to circle back to it and ride it in another drill. So he may talk about boxing out, not from the boxing out drill, but from another drill that he's doing that you didn't box out in.
Right.
So he's going to make sure the point gets belabored over and over and over, but he's going to do it in a positive manner. He'll just take time out, bring it in, and they're going to clap hands. Everybody's going to give them 5, bless some of that energy around, recorrect the behavior, saying, guys, we got to stay focused. If you want to be great, you guys got to lock in. I want to be great. Like, we have a real chance with the talent we have to really make some noise this year. College basketball is wide open. Why not the Bearcats?
Why not? Exactly.
We got shot blockers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jizzle James is one of the best guards in America.
Absolutely.
I love watching him.
And he has not been unleashed.
No.
Nope.
And Wes Miller keeps saying, he's like, I am not impressed yet because I know what he can do. I didn't get a chance to see him in high school. Wes was down there. We had a game on. We had a day off. Wes flew down there.
Yeah, there was a game the night before. They were off the next day, and then Wes goes down to see Jizzle and puts up 52.
Yes.
Woo!
So
Puts up 52.
I'll take that.
And Wes saw every play that he ran. He was like, okay, he can do that for us.
Yeah.
I know how to get him in space to do this.
Right.
But Wes is telling him, run the offense.
Right.
Get guys going. Pick your spots. There's going to be games where they're taking a Skillings away. They're taking a Seamoss away. And he's going to look at Jizzle and be like, okay, it's time to go to work.
Your turn. Yep.
And Jizzle was like, I've been waiting on this moment.
Let's go. I'm ready.
He's one of those guys that can give you those personal 8-0 runs, those 10-0 runs. You call a timeout, those kind of runs.
Right.
And the thing about Jizzle, too, is Terry can even allude to this. Jizzle's a quiet kid. He's about business. He'll go out there and he'll get you that 8-10 run. We saw it last week.
He's got that look, and certain guys had that, like just that intensity that kind of you can see when something clicks, and just that glare in their eye, like, oh shit, you got to step aside because he's about to take over.
And the biggest thing for Jizzle this season, he even told us, Terry, I'm sure he told you, he's been working on facilitating the offense, obviously with Day Thomas out. There's been 3 games out of the 5 this season. Jizzle James is near double-digit assists.
Yeah.
And he's not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the one game he went 7 assists, 1 turnover, and then he had 10 assists and 2 turnovers maybe. You don't see that often for a guy in his sophomore season.
And it's important for a point guard to have a floater in today's game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way they run their offense, you got to choose your poison. Like, one of my keys to tomorrow's game, I said we can't be Alabama State can't be double-minded.
Right.
So stop the roll guy from dunking, or stop the guy with the ball penetrating, shooting the floater. But you can't, like, Georgia Tech chose to stop the dunk.
Right.
They didn't want to get embarrassed.
Right.
So they never picked up the guy coming off the high ball screen.
I was like, how'd that work out for him?
And they just kept hitting floaters and floaters. I mean, you saw Connor, you saw
Right.
CJ. I mean, you saw everybody hitting floaters. You're like, man, this is – you make some adjustments.
Right.
And they died on that sword by saying, nope, you're not going to let you get no dunks. And they got dunks anyway.
Yeah.
Terry, let me ask you this. Day Thomas comes back, obviously only playing in 2 games. We asked Coach Wessett today. He said the biggest person who has impacted, or Day Thomas's impact has been more crucial on, as us in the media, has been Connor Hickman. Connor Hickman has had his best 2 games of the season when Day has been back healthy. But Wes Miller said that having Day out there is more important to him because of the coach that he is. and it helps his team. Overall, what is your thoughts on that kind of aspect and the impact that Day brings now that he's fully healthy and Connor going to play off the ball in his natural position?
Day is his own commodity. You know, when he gets on the floor, he's going to play grimy defense. He's going to try to get into the paint, make you commit. Very good passer. He didn't finish well last year. That was, part of his frustration because he's a tremendous finisher. He just shot it bad in the paint. He got every mid-range shot he wanted to last year.
Just didn't finish them.
And couldn't finish them.
Right.
But he's finishing those plays now. But he has a different mentality defensively because he knows he's elite in that area and he doesn't have to try to do too much. Like last year, we wanted a dynamic point guard so much that we were like putting all the pressure on him to be all this guy because he was a JUCO All-American.
Because he had to be because you had a freshman and him, and that was it.
Both playing their first years at the Division I.
Yeah.
Now there's a smorgasbord of talent.
Yeah.
You can come in there and choose a salad and just relax.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until get the steak or something later. You don't have to keep just pile everything on your plate like I just did. You don't have to put everything on your plate
It
at
looked
once.
delicious, by the way.
Yeah, huh?
And it looked delicious over there. By
It
the way.
was. I got stuff all in my teeth. Them wings or something. They look great, boy. Them wings.
They got good food down here in Moerlein.
But we got. So when I say Day is yearning to get the playing time that he needs.
Yeah.
Especially with Jizzle, because now Jizzle can turn on the mindset of it's time for me to go to work. I can go to work, and Jizzle wants to run the show. He wants the ball in his hand because he wants to be able to make those decisions.
Right.
But he also wants those 3-minute stretches where coach says, "No, you're the feature guy. I got a couple of rebounders in there and some guys that can spot up
you to
and
score.
shoot.
Yeah.
I need you to create, go to work.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anything,
Right.
but every time he comes off that screen, it's a float game going on."
Now, do you think we're going to see Day and Jizzle on the floor a lot together this year, or is it going to be more?
I know we saw him a little bit.
A little
Georgia
bit.
Tech game saw him
Yeah.
both, and I like seeing that. Yeah, it's a little smaller lineup, but
Well, you'll still see him.
the quickness that
you'll
those
still
two
see them
have.
together,
Yes.
for sure.
You won't see a heavy dose of it, but
Not as much
yeah.
as we did last year.
because you need one of them. In,
Right.
You got to make sure you don't tire both of them
Right.
out. You want to get both in foul trouble. Connor can run some point, but that's not his gift.
Mhm.
But defensively,
Seamus could run some point too, which he did
Connor,
last year.
well, Seamus.
I would recommend it, but he can't.
Well, he can initiate offense. He
yes.
can't run the point.
Yeah, that's a better way to
So
put it.
give him the ball on the wing. He can come off screens and create for other guys and all that. He's been doing a great job this year. But Connor Hickman's defense has surprised me. I didn't think he was that grimy defensively. I didn't think he can fight through screens the way he does. I didn't think he can turn and try to block shots and compete. And he doesn't. Guys that can shoot well always have fake hustle on defense. A good screen because they're like, oh damn, that was a good screen. They ain't never trying to fight through it.
Right.
They ain't trying to bust through it or nothing.
Right.
No,
Connor's trying to go through that.
he's
Yeah.
busting through that baby. So
There you go.
I
hate that fake hustle crap. It always drives me nuts.
But also on Connor Hickman too, people forget about the transition and the transformation he had this offseason. Coach Rayfeld put on 20 pounds
Yeah.
of muscle on him this offseason?
Yeah.
Since coming here, and that's been a huge impact of his game because everybody knows him as a shooter. But 42-inch vertical, relentless defense. Sneaky athletic is how he says it, but sneaky athletic. Your backcourt between Jizzle James, Connor Hickman, and Day Thomas, every one of them have a 40-inch vert.
It's crazy.
One of his quotes is, he can get away with stuff because nobody ever expects a 6'2" white boy to go up and block your shot.
Exactly.
So
See, Harris didn't happen. I told you, white man can't jump. See?
Hold up. First of all, I didn't say can't. I said you can't do it.
So the,
No.
It's in
Some
their
specificity in that right there.
It's there.
the full quote on
If
that
he has a vertical, it's because gravity fucked up.
See, yeah, we all are in agreement.
the full quote on that was my boss, JT Smith, asked him, was like, hey, people been caught by surprise by your athleticism? And he goes, what, just because I'm 6'2" white with the comb over?
With a comb over.
And then next thing you know, you get the first game of the season where he goes up and he pins the one off the backboard. And it's like, yep, there it is.
Is that the video that I said we talked about that
Yes,
Friday?
yes.
Oh yeah,
yes,
that
that's
boy.
what it-
Yeah,
yeah.
he nice. He nice.
And,
That's-
he's yet to even go off in a game, too. And there's a game he's going to pop off and drop 20, 25 points because he can get a bucket anywhere. He can, obviously he can hit behind the three, but he can penetrate. He can hit all
he
five
has
levels.
a pure shot. That
Yeah.
release,
Right.
it's cool.
Yeah.
It might be a quicker trigger than what CJ Frederick's shot is. CJ Frederick,
Yes.
one of the best
Right,
shooters in
right,
college
right.
basketball, but Connor Hickman just might have a smoother shot, just as close to CJ Frederick.
It's funny because CJ Frederick last year, they were counting on him to be that guy from the beginning. And obviously, as what's happened his entire college career, injuries have just been so cruel to him. This year, he's an afterthought. Like, and I know he's battling some more injuries right now, but they don't even. Obviously, you want as many shooters as you can get, but you don't need that from him. If he can provide something down there, especially when they get into a meat grinder of Big 12 play, he can provide that, but they don't need that. And I think that's just a huge benefit for the team because, again, like you said, they're too deep, legitimately too deep. I mean, their backups can be starters at half the Big 12 schools, and that says a lot.
CJ is going to win one game for us this
Yeah.
year.
Absolutely.
He's going to win make an impact in more than one game, Jerry. He'll win you
make
one
it
game,
against the team from Norwood.
But the thing that stood
Yes,
out for
please.
CJ last year that didn't get enough credit that he should have got, he was a relentless defender for the majority
I
of the
said
season.
that to somebody and they laughed at me. I said, "You're not
Yeah.
watching the games, brother."
And then you look at what he's doing this season. I mean, he's just as, if not a better defender this year than what he has been.
He wasn't getting cooked. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be getting cooked out there because it looked like he's a little hampered by his movement and all that. No, he fights through screens. He keeps you in front of you. He knows how to funnel you to the help. I'm not gonna block your shot, but he will. Come on,
Right, exactly.
brother.
Go this way.
And it's not every day, too, where if you get beat on a ball screen or whatever, it might be the guy gets by you. You're not going to have an Aziz Bandego or a Dylan Mitchell or an Arrington Page sitting behind you where you know that shot might get sent to the 6th row of the stands.
And let's talk about Aziz and how much pound of muscle he put on this year. He looks so much bigger and I don't want to say more athletic, but more like he's more confident. He knows where he's supposed to be this year, I think.
Last year, he played after the Dayton game when he had back spasms and he hurt his back.
Mm-hmm.
He played most of the season hurt. So he had training room every day, trying to just work himself through it. And he didn't look like the year before when he was at Utah Valley.
Yeah, he has a block 26 shots in the game.
Yeah, that game, but he had 106 that season. He had 69 offensive rebounds, active. He was, the defensive player of the year in the conference. He's back to looking like that.
Right.
He's back to swatting shots. He's back to pump faking and I'm like, look, grab the ball, quit blocking it with your elbow. Like there's times he's coming in for a help side block,
grab it,
and he just wants to just knock it in the stand. I'm like, no. You did the first time, knock it in the stands. Kenyon would do that. Kenyon would knock the first one in the stands, go grab it back, wipe it off, hand it to the ref. But I'm like, but when you grab it out the air, that is intimidating.
Right.
I'm like, grab it. Give it to the guy, start the fast break,
exactly.
and watch your legend grow.
Yeah.
Well, you know who was really good at doing that? Bill Russell. He did that all the time. He always block it so he could start. He could start the fast break. I remember him watching some documentary.
You remember how old are you?
I was watching a documentary on it. Hush. Not that he watched Bill Russell play. Okay, I didn't. But
I know you're a bit older than this.
I'm just saying, guys who watch 60s documentaries have podcasts.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Thank you. It's about Bill Russell, one of the greatest basketball players ever.
What do you remember about George Mikan?
He played for the
hook shot, yes.
Minnesota Lakers. He had Blackhorn glasses, and they won 4 NBA titles in Minnesota.
He was an undersized power forward that killed it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Anything else?
back to Aziz Bandego.
Oh, yeah.
I think-
Back to that.
I think the biggest thing for him this offseason was not only in the Monster Factory with Coach Rayfeld, but you get a whole
He's home. He got to stay one place. He didn't have to move around.
that he gets to stay one place, but he gets an offseason where he didn't have to worry about the transfer waiver, that whole nonsense that went on. Everything outside of it, he just had one offseason where he could focus on nothing but basketball. Puts on 15 pounds, and he's playing the best basketball of his career right now.
Bandego, CMOS, they don't get a chance to participate in NIL, which is crazy to me.
Wait, they don't? Why not?
No, because they're not American
overseas
citizens.
What does that have to, why?
It's the way the NCAA did it, and it's messed up because 30% of all athletes in Division I are not from America. So
I didn't know
It's
that.
across all sports.
across basketball.
Oh, that's a little.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah,
knew
that's
that.
a great point.
That is
Yeah,
great
that's
point.
great. That's
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
They should get
Yeah.
that
Right,
money too,
right.
especially because they're not. This ain't their home country. They need more money more than the kids that live here.
Well, and
Yeah,
also
they can do some cost of living, but he can't do NIL. Like Aziz could have went somewhere and got $1 million to block shots for Kansas or
Yeah,
you somewhere.
They stayed here though.
Can't do it.
See, and that's one thing that I really liked about this year. This team, Wes was able to keep a lot of guys. We didn't have a lot of guys leave.
Wes has a vision that he sells to the guys for the team and then for you individually. And he's saying, look, if we have team success, you're going to be a big part of this team's success. And because we have team success, you're going to get everything that you want out of the game based on the fact that they're going to associate you with the winner. And when you watch, like I watched the Georgia Tech game. Well, every game after the game, I go home and I watch it after, have a little glass of adult Kool-Aid and gotta break the film down.
Got to ice the knees up with some wine, right?
Watch the demeanor of the Bearcats when they go on these runs. It's like they come back to the bench, business as usual. What's the next assignment, coach? Right. Like they're not jumping up and down. They're not chest bumping. They're not, they
expect it to happen.
They did that as soon as the timeout happened. They call timeout. They chest bump. They walk back over, and they got this mentality like, no, we're about to mow you down. Like, it's not over. We're just starting. You call a timeout because we're on an 8-0 run. We're only up 6. Watch what we do with this next timeout. That kind of, I've seen it. We had it. I've seen it with Kenyon's team. I've seen it with Ruben Patterson's team, Danny Fortson's team. I've seen it with all the greats, the legends, even Gary Clark's teams when he had, those guys with Cumberland. And to see that look and to know it.
That's a Bearcat right there.
Well, that's going to be a good team.
That's the Bearcat look, baby. We get the all black uniforms, and you got, like, we've talked about this,
baggy shorts.
Your baggy shorts. Like, hey, I like the baggy shorts still. You got those teams would beat the team mentally before they even got on the court.
You already know.
Yeah, and that's what you're saying gets me excited because I'm like, that's what could happen again this year.
Yeah, well, you got guys that understand their roles, and Wes Miller did a great job of role definition. It's a funny story. So we when I was playing, we were down. We beat Michigan. No, we were up by Michigan State by 17. Michigan State was like 18th in the country. We were playing them on the road in their building, right during the Christmas break. We were 7-0 at the time.
Yeah, I remember this game.
They came and lost. We lost the game. Anthony Buford had a shot at the buzzer, and we lose the game. So we come back, and Hugs was going to make practice tough because you can practice 5 hours. There was no hour limit on the holidays. There's no 20-hour limit. And so we're sitting over there, and Hugs decided he was going to teach us how to take the charge.
Oh, God.
Because you guys are the damn worst team in history at taking the charge. He goes, I'm going to teach you how to take the charge. He goes, who wants to go first? Eric Martin goes, I do. He raises his hand. Eric was Hugs' punching bag, right? So Hugs said, I want you to start at half court. I'm going to be at the free throw line and help defense. On the block, I'm going to jump over. You run me over. I'm going to slide out of bounds, and I'm going to tell you how to take the charge. So Eric starts dribbling the ball. He gets to about 3-point line, picks it up like a running back, and just lowers his shoulder and runs Hugs over, hit him square in the chest. I mean, it was, you can hear, ooh.
Just laid him out.
Hugs fly back, and he's like Shaq, legs in the air, butts. So we're sitting over there. We're grabbing our
the
jerseys.
coach is dead.
We're covering our mouth. We don't want nobody. We're doing this. And then he goes, all right, okay, now. Good. Guards over there, bigs over there. And then he goes, Tom's the trainer. He goes, come over here. Tom takes him. He got a little stethoscope out. He's looking at him. I said, man, you are soft as shit. God, get up. He said, get your ass over there and shoot free throws. I was like, oh.
I'm surprised Eric didn't have to go run the stairs or something after that.
No, Eric hated the Final Four year because Eric had a way to do it. Yeah. And I was like, no, you're lazy. We're going to do it my way. And so that's how I became a starter.
Right.
We got back, and he told Jeff Scott, Jeff, you're coming off the bench. Jeff said, yeah, I think I want to come off the bench. He goes, you're 7'1". You got 1 rebound. You're damn right you're coming off the bench. And so he goes, Eric, it's your job. So Eric's having a bad practice. He goes, you know what, Eric? Take your ass on red. Terry, you go black. It's your job to lose. And I took like 8 charges in practice. I'm swinging the ball. I'm setting screens. I'm talking on defense. And we go out there, and he's kind of superstitious. So we had a great game. We beat South, I think at the time, South Florida was 24th in the country. They had Radenko Dobros, who was a good shooter. Yeah. And we beat them by like 20 at our place. And I busted my head diving for a loose ball, trying to save all loose balls in the corner. So I'm under the basket. I'm about to save it under the basket. And I realize if I do that, I'm coming out. So at the last second, I try to throw it, but my vertical's like this big. So when I threw it to the corner, bam, landed on my head, bust my head open. So I'm on the ground. I get picked up, get a towel. I'm walking to the huddle. And Hugs looked at me, he goes, oh, you finally starting to grow some balls. All right. He said, so I go in the locker room. I get a little butterfly stitch. Come back out. And so the game is over. He goes, you guys you got to grow some balls. We only got one guy that's got a pair right now. He's pointing at me. I'm all stitched up and bleeding. I said, that's what he wants.
That's why you had the elbow pads, right? Whack.
I bust my bursa sack taking charges. I'm over here doing. I'm trying to do it. Bam, bust one, bust two. And I said, I'm just going to wear elbow pads. After I realized I'm not going to shoot ever in life again, I turned into Moses Scurry from UNLV. UNLV, he was like my favorite player on the UNLV team. He had hands was always taped. He had a long T-shirt on. He had a gold tooth that was longer than the other teeth. Looked like Jerome from Martin. He would grab a rebound. He'd be like, ah! Every time he got the rebound, I'm like, that dude is cool as hell. He come off the bench with no points, 10 rebounds, and he'd be like the player of the game. I'm like, that dude. I turned to that dude.
When Terry got into the game, they're like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
Business is back, baby.
Yeah, I used to tell guys what they were going to do because we used to study. Like we used to go up to Corey's room, and all the team. We went to Cincy Deli.
Yeah.
And we used to get a case of double deuces,
Mm-hmm.
Old English double deuces. We'd come back there, and we'll get a bunch of wings, and we'll have wings and beer. The night before the game, we'll go over game film. It'd be like, he's going to turn. We had to make sure everybody knew the moves because just in case you get switched.
Right.
Terrence had to guard a big. Nick had this guy's going to take 2 dribbles. He's going to turn back this way. He's going to do this, do that. When he does this, we're going to do this. So we would do this, and we get in the game. We were playing Xavier at home, and I told Brian Grant, I said, Brian, I know the move that you're going to make. Your first move. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. I said, Brian, you're going to catch the ball. You're going to take a dribble, maybe 2 to the middle. You're going to drop step and turn baseline.
That's his move.
As soon as he got the ball, he caught the ball, took 2 dribbles. I jumped to the other side. He turned around, didn't see me, and hit me, and I just flew back. Referee looked, called charge, and he had the ball in his hand. He just looked down at me and dropped the ball in my lap. I said, I told you. I know.
He called it out before.
I know what you're going to do.
Even better that it happened at Xavier.
Yes.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, we do have the crosstown shooter coming out here. We got to win this one. I'm more confident this year we're going to win, but damn it, we haven't won in. It seems like in 10 years. I know.
Well, it's been a build-up. You had a program that was already established.
Yeah.
In Xavier, and they play well over there. Oh, I don't even know where Norwood. They play well over there. For the Bearcats, we've been in transition for a while.
Yeah.
We've had talent come through here, but nobody who really understands what this rivalry is about. And so Wes Miller came in. Like Mick didn't want to play it.
Mick didn't care about it, and I never understood that. Being a West Side guy growing up here,
we're talking about a rivalry where a guy in Victor Locken 4 years ago from overseas didn't play in this rivalry. Posted one of the most iconic videos in Cincinnati. I'm sure Terry has saw it.
Which one was that?
The Vic in the toilet.
I didn't remember that.
I don't remember that one. What was that one?
Victor Locken posted a meme of like a Snapchat filter of his face, like you lift up the toilet bowl and it's your face. And he said, quote unquote, "Hi, I'm Xavier fans. This is what it looks like." Oh wow!
Goodness.
Layered it on.
Oh my goodness!
What happened in that game? Vic understood the rivalry because he got teed up in the first 5 minutes, and then look what happened. It was back and forth battle. But that meme was iconic. Iconic.
But like I said, we haven't had a coach that embraces it, and Wes embraces it.
Yeah, because he's coming from the number one rivalry in sports,
North Carolina Duke.
in basketball, North Carolina Duke.
Right.
It's they don't shy away from it. They can't wait because it's a genuine hate for those guys.
Yeah.
And it's the same here, but we try to make it nice with the Skyline Chili dinner.
Well, screw that.
Give me Skyline
I don't
Chili.
like
I'm gonna be upset anyway because I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm trying to give it to y'all. But we like those guys.
Yeah.
Like when we played, we used to hang with them. We used to go to the waterfront. They used to invite us over to the Smithfield House.
Mm-hmm.
We used to play in the summer leagues. We played in Purcell Marion League. They would come to our gym with their team, and we would play games. We would talk a lot of trash, and then we would go shoot dice, take their money, pay their women, and then come back. And then so that's when I got quoted.
Oh yeah.
We had just back then the game was in February.
The quote.
Yeah.
I missed that. It's never gonna be like that again.
We had just played UAB, and it was it was a game that Nick hit the shot at the buzzer, and we ran out the gym, and we didn't even shake hands. They had to come back in the locker room and get us to come back out.
You literally hit the shot, and everybody took off.
Yeah, we just took off.
Like see you.
And so they were like, "Damn, that's kind of bad." And SID came and was like, "You guys got to come back out." So I'm in the back because they all ran out because, guys used to give the same. We get 4 tickets.
Yeah.
And they would give 2 different girls 2 sets of tickets. I'm like, man, y'all, it's not creative at all. So they have a manager look out the door and be like, hey, can you have her in the red? Have her come to the back. Come to the back. So they would all take off. They would like, let Terry go do the media. So I'd be in the media all the time. I had 3 points, 4 rebounds, and took 5 charges. Like I'm the player of the game. I'm sitting over here, Nick had 20.
You're a star.
No, Nick had 20. He don't want to talk. Go get T-Nail to talk. So we sitting over there, and I just talked to Bill Cook about this. We mentioned today. I said, look. He goes, okay. So he asked me all the UAB questions. So what about Xavier? Look, man, where I'm from, Long Beach, California, rival gang members is, I said, crosstown shootout is rival gang members going at it. I'm from a gang-infested neighborhood. We played them in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
We should blow them out by 20. They know they ain't on our level. I don't care if it's at their place. Like, I'm talking trash.
Right.
And he goes, are you serious? I said, absolutely.
Do you know what you're saying?
I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I had my Muhammad Ali thing going on. We talk without knowing what was going on.
Exactly.
I got a call at 7 a.m. And there was no 2-way back in 91. There's no 2-way call. So I got a call at 7 a.m. It's 700 WLW. And they asked me the question, Terry, tell us about this crosstown shootout. I'm like, oh, man, this rival gang members going at it when I'm from, and I'm telling the whole story. Hang up the phone ring again, Q102. Hey, Terry Dawson, what's going on, my man? Hey, tell us about this story. This is, I'm like,
Everybody loves me.
I did 8 interviews in a row. And it's like almost 8 o'clock. It's like 7:55. I'm like laying in the bed. As soon as I hang up the phone ring again. I said, man, I could do this.
Right, exactly.
Phone ring. Get your ass in my office. Huh? Get your ass in my office in 5 minutes. You better be there in 5 minutes. Throwing on a sweatsuit. Run to the back door out of Dabney. I go in there, and Betsy Maidens, who was our administrative assistant, she's just laughing. She can't even talk. She's just pointing in the back. Just go in the back. So she goes, I go in the back, and this door is either open or it's closed. Well, he had it open with a door stopper, right? So it don't close.
Yeah.
So I'm knocking on it. I'm like, you want to see me? He said, get your ass in here now. So I'm like, damn, what I do? So I'm sitting over there, and he just got a newspaper up. I can't see his face. I'm just sitting there. It's like 5 minutes. It's uncomfortable.
It's like The Godfather.
It's uncomfortable 5 minutes. Like you can hear Godfather music in the background. It was crazy, right?
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, I'm looking at the paper because they got put up, and it had my quote right in the middle. Nelson predicts blowout. David doesn't have a chance. We should beat him by 20. This ain't even the sports page. The sports page is down on the ground. He got the front page of the newspaper up. I'm like, oh, snap. I said, Hugs, let me tell you about that quote. He goes, shut the hell up. And he put the paper down. He got glasses on. We like, oh. He wore contacts, and he had glasses on him. He was up drinking, his eyes irritated. And he's the type A, so he's like, wait. He goes, why would you say something stupid like that? I said, Hugs, I didn't know that he had the microphone on or the tape on. He had it tucked on his arm. He goes, are you that damn stupid? He said, wait till I get you in practice today. He said, you better not say another word to any reporter. He said, you guys got to be the dumbest sons of bitches I've ever recruited. Wait till I get you in practice. I'm like, okay. So we get to practice, and we had a week build-up back then.
Yeah.
They just now got back to that, but we had a week build-up. Every TV station had their TV pod in the arena.
Yep.
5, 12, 19, Star 64. I mean, you name it. It was all out there. And Nick was sitting with Ken Brew.
Yeah.
And Ken goes, oh, there's Terry. So me and Hugs happen to walk in at the same time. I'm coming from one way. I'm coming from the locker room. He's coming from his office. And he's just staring at me. And I'm just putting my head down. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. So we walk in at the same time. I'm trying to walk in there, trying to get some shots up. We walk by Nick. And then Ken goes, oh, there's Terry. So what do you think about Terry's quote? You think you guys should blow him out by 20? Nick goes, yeah, I agree with T-Nail because their big men are soft. Mind you, they got Aaron Williams and Brian Grant.
Yes. Yeah.
Brian Grant's All-American. He goes, that's it. Everybody, get the hell out. He starts snatching cords out the wall. Get the hell out. He's kicking them out of practice, right? Y'all get the hell out. So everybody's like, you sure? Interview's over. Get him out. Get him out. So everybody's sitting over there, putting their stuff together. And then so we start the practice off. and we start running suicides. He's going to start making suicide. But you got to call them 30s now. I don't know what, so we're sitting over there and we're running them. We run about 2. And then Nick goes, man, I don't know what you're tripping off. He said, you know we're going to smash these damn dudes. He goes, y'all talk too damn much. He goes, Nick said, man, you're paranoid. He said, I'm paranoid. Get the fuck out of here. So he kicks Nick out of practice. Now, when you get kicked out of practice, you're supposed to go to the locker room, sit in there, wait with your tail between your legs, wait for the assistant coach to come in there, talk to you, then come back out, and then do whatever the coach tell you. He kicks Nick out. 2 minutes later, Steve Moeller goes to the locker room, comes back out. He goes, I don't know where he is. And Hug said, you better find him or you better find a new job. So like 7 minutes later, he comes back in. He's got his jersey on backwards. He's got a hot dog in his mouth, and he's eating it. So we're sitting over there. We're grabbing our shirts. We're laughing. Like this dude went to the cafeteria eating with the women's basketball team. And Hug's sitting over there. Hug's trying not to laugh, man. And we sitting over there. We are laughing our ass off. And Hug's trying not to laugh because he wanted to be mad. Right. He goes, what the hell are you doing? Nick said, man, I don't play that shit. You kicked me out. I'm out of here. He said, we're going to smash their ass. So Hug's just like, you know what? Y'all think y'all good? Coach yourself. So we start coaching ourselves. We're having our best practice ever. Every shot we make, we're like, yeah! We clapping and all this. And then Corey twists his ankle.
Oh, no.
So we had to have some guys, Rock and Big Jeff, Mike Reckonecker and Jeff Scott,
the Rock,
had to carry Corey downstairs.
Oh, God.
He goes, and you think their big men are soft? Look at our damn big man being carried out like a slab of meat. So we're like, man, be quiet. So we having our best practice. About an hour into practice, he decides, okay, guards down here, bigs down. I'm like, no. You stay over there. He goes, man, y'all. So we ended up winning the game, right? We came out on them. We were dunking on, hitting threes. We won by 18 instead of 20.
Yeah.
So he puts his arm around me after we do the handshake line. We walk into the locker room, and he puts his arm around me. He goes, won't you retire 1-0 as a prophet? I said, I told you.
See, I miss those days. Yeah. Those are the days I miss. And that's what, not that you have to have predictions, but just the confidence that you guys had. That's what we need to get back as Bearcats. Because as a Bearcat fan, dude, I wore the black jersey, black hat, all this stuff. I'm like, dude, Tupac was wearing our stuff.
Right.
We were cool. We were the bad boys. We were the black hats. Everybody wanted to be us. And it hasn't been like that. I think it might be getting there. Maybe not all the way back to what it was.
Mastering your roles and mastering fundamentals, knowing what you do to a team.
Yeah. When
nobody can do what you do better than you, because everybody runs a variation of what the offense we run. Kansas ran it when they ran championships. Remember Azubuike dunking all those lobs, and I remember all these guys. Same variation. But can you get good at what you do?
Right.
Can you be the best at what you do? And then can you have the confidence to know that whatever they do, we can take them out of it? Because I know the moves. I know how we can stop them.
Right.
We're going to get out. We're going to make shots. And in college basketball, it's little things, just like setting the proper screen angle, boxing out a little higher, pump faking, getting them in foul trouble, getting the right guys in foul trouble. Like just little nuances that you have to be fundamentally smart.
Right.
That gives you confidence.
Exactly.
And I think a big thing heading into this crosstown rivalry too as well. Think about what happened the last time this game was played at Fifth Third Arena. They were down 10. Yeah. David DeJulius pulls off some crazy
4 threes in a row.
4 threes in a row, and then he banks the one in to tie the game, and then Cincinnati loses on what should have
been lost.
What should have been a foul. I believe it should have been an offensive foul. Should have gave him an extra possession, but down.
Shocking. Cincinnati team got screwed by the refs.
But think about it now. This Cincinnati team, despite Dan Skillings being out, obviously things are trending in the right direction for him to come back sooner rather than later. This Cincinnati team, having a matchup with Xavier at home, with all the anticipation surrounding this team and this program right now, it's not going to be easy for Xavier.
No.
Come December 14th, especially with the Xavier team that was built through the transfer portal. Zach Freemantle's returning. He's playing some of the best ball of his career.
But they're still working everyone in.
They're still working everybody in. But Cincinnati right now
they're running 8 deep at least. Cincinnati is. At least.
They
Yeah.
might be running 10 deep
Yeah.
versus Xavier in 2 weeks, which is a scary sight to see if you're
That's awesome.
Just bringing the guys in waves. I mean, you can do like an entire hockey line chip, just bring an entire new 5 guys, and the drop off is small. I mean, the drop off is there a drop off between Jizzle and Day? And like, obviously they have different strengths and weaknesses, but is there really, swap it out for the year or swap Seamosh out for, I mean, there's not much of a drop off.
Fremantle is the guy that scares me.
Yeah.
Yep.
First of all, he's 30 years old.
Yeah, he's. I think he played.
He's 30. Hey, he's been in college for 27 years.
I think he.
recruiting class as Deontay Miles.
That's what I'm saying, man. He is.
He was in the same recruiting class as Deontay Miles.
Yeah, he played against Fortson his last year.
Six years, 2 ACLs.
Hey, wasn't that the last guy you took a charge from, Terry?
I was gonna say. I think he was
Hey.
there with Brian Grand and Aaron.
He was at the
Williams.
waterfront when it slid down the river. He was at the
He was
waterfront.
on there.
I'm telling you, but he's got old man game. He reminds me of Kevin Love.
Yeah.
He's a guy. He
Yeah.
can manipulate you, pump fake you, kick the ball out. He's tough with reboundings. He plays with an edge.
He can shoot the 3 ball as well.
Shoot the 3.
That
So-
organization understands they understand the game. They understand the rivalry, and that's the difference.
We have it.
They know it's a rivalry. Like
Yeah.
they know, like even though Big East is no slouch conference.
It
It's a
ain't
damn
no
good
Big
conference.
12, though.
It's not, but it's still a damn good conference.
It's a very good conference.
But even they still get up more for this game because it means to them, and that's what's been lacking. I think is the intensity that Wes seems to understand. I mean, Wes understands that, and like he knows, like no, we got to win this game. I mean, boosters and everyone, they want this win. Like they want to they want to go win a game in Cintas, which hasn't happened ever, which is crazy for a 20-year-old barn. But
Wait, we've never won in Cintas? Ever?
I don't.
No.
No.
Really?
No,
Cintas opened in 2000.
TBT win was the first win at
And
How did I
I
not
don't
know
know
that?
if you really
I probably got blocked it out of my memory.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
horrendous.
sorry, the games against alumni that doesn't count for.
the TBT.
Yeah, it
win-
does. Shut up.
Cintas-
The win is the win is a win, Joe.
Cintas opened in 2000, I think.
Nasty
Yeah.
Natty's win last summer at Cintas was the first win for Cincinnati.
That
after
counts.
Cintas.
That's correct.
That counts.
And that's the thing. Like I struggle against getting to. UC has the better team on paper. Xavier's got a good team, but UC went in there twice as a number 1 seed and lost. So Charles Williams dribbling the ball off his foot, or then banking, or is it Lenny Brown who banked in the 3?
Why do you always got to bring up bad memories?
He's good at that. That's what he does.
He is good at that.
He is a Debbie
I always
Downer.
brings up bad
And
stuff.
it's- He's like,
trying to
I
talk
want
nice.
to be the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Here's a like,
Fuck
shut
the
up.
voice of reason, all right? We're gonna win.
So
Give you a reason to be quiet.
I've lived my entire life in this damn city, and I've had my balls kicked by every.
We all
goddamn
have. We
team.
don't have to keep talking about it. It's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
traumatized.
We all
This is
traumatized. Okay. We all traumatized.
Okay.
Damn.
Anyway. Okay. So Terry, we do got a question from somebody in the audience. Robert asks, "Who are your top 5 UC players of all time?"
Good
And
gosh.
we'll limit it to guys from your era on, guys that you were at least able to watch up
Top
close.
5.
So basically, you can't
So
count big.
90s?
Yeah, we'll say
and above?
90s to today.
Point guard Nick Van Exel.
Kenosha, Wisconsin's finest.
I'll go 2 guard Steve Logan.
Yep.
Oh,
Let me go with a 4. I'll go with Danny Fortson.
Mm-hmm.
And a 3, I'll say it's either I'll go with Sean Kilpatrick.
over Ruben.
And 6 man will be Melvin Levitt.
Yeah.
Ruben Patterson off the bench. DeMar Johnson. I'll give you another one. Pete Michael.
Yeah.
DeMar Johnson was a guy 20 years ahead of his time. Someone
Yeah.
with his size and skill, he would have absolutely dominated
Yeah, so
if he'd have been around.
Pete Michael guarded every position.
He's a bad boy.
He
Yeah.
guarded every position. He was a bad boy. And if I had to bring another name in there that wasn't a big name guy, but I knew he would go in there and get the job done, Bobby Brandon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bobby Brandon worked
Mhm.
himself up to a 3rd-team All-American from a guy that didn't play much his freshman year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lived in a weight room, gained 30 pounds of muscle.
And had a 10-year pro career after that,
Yeah.
right?
Man,
Yeah.
he just skinniest legs too, man. It was like watching polyps
legs.
on a toothpick. It was crazy.
Kind of like Ryan Fletcher. He was the one that was he's the one out the Monster Factory did the biggest thing.
So let me tell you about Ryan Fletcher. This
Go ahead.
is one of the funniest things. Ryan Fletcher was a hard head.
the big socks.
Big socks. He was a hard head. You know, he played at Franklin, quarterback. He can, really toss the Middletown. I'm sorry, can really toss the peel around. But he had a hard time him and Hugs used to get in it.
Yeah.
Hugs would yell at him, he would yell back, and he was just one of those guys. And so Hugs said, we're doing a walkthrough one day. I'm a manager on the team at the time. And so they're running 5-on-0 transition. And every time Danny got the ball, instead of Danny just dunking the ball and going, getting out the line, he hands the ball to Fletcher. And Fletcher goes up to dunking and kept missing it. Again. So they run up and down. Miss it. Hug says, if you miss the next one, you're not playing tonight. Fletcher goes, shut the hell up. You don't know what I'm playing tonight. So he goes, oh, you miss it, motherfucker. So they running up and down. And so Danny had the ball again. And Danny goes up to dunk it, and in the middle of the air, passes it by the Fletch. We're like, no! Fletch grabs the ball and finally dunks it. And he said, yeah, turns around and hit the backboard, and these two knuckles push up to his hand.
God.
I said, he just broke his hand.
Goodness.
And so he goes, damn, I think I did. So
That hurt.
So Larry Harrison goes, let me see it. He goes, son of a bitch just broke his hand, Hugs. So he's walking to the locker room, and Tom, the trainer, is going to get him. He goes, don't think you're getting out the game tonight, you son of a bitch. Tape his ass up and get him back out here.
He's still playing.
So it's changed his life, too. It's changed his life because now he had this big old boxing glove on his hand. I mean, they went through all the fingers of tape.
Yeah.
They put cushion and it looked like a big Q-tip. He could not do nothing but hold the ball.
He had a glove on his right hand.
Hugged him in the game. First thing he did was he was ready to shoot the ball. He realized he couldn't shoot it, so he passed it instead of screen. And from that point on, Hugs left him out there like 2 or 3 minutes because he couldn't shoot the ball.
Right.
All the stuff that Hugs kept trying to tell him to do when he had both
He had
hands.
to do it. Yeah.
Because every time he caught the ball, he would just shoot it because
Right.
he couldn't do nothing else. Hugs, so that's a bad shot. He goes, but I'm open. He goes, but nobody else touched the ball. You didn't move the defense. I'm fucking open. I'm a shooter.
Right.
So he would never crack then once he got his hand broken, when Hugs put him in the game, he could not shoot.
Right.
And he had to practice that week with it. Hugs was like, no. Remember when Sports Illustrated did an article on the Bearcats, they had Damon Flint bring
Yes.
the ball up with crutches?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hugs did not believe in you missing practice because you were hurt.
Right.
He was like, no, you got to, if I'm gonna play you, you got to figure out how to practice with
Right.
it. So one day Terrence Gibson, we had 11 guys on the Final 14, 10 and a walk-on.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 walk-ons got cut. And so we had one walk-on, his name was Lamont Brewer. Funniest thing ever. Lamont Brewer never got into practice. We always just say, if Lamont gets into practice, somebody's not playing. Because you should never let Lamont get into practice. So one day Terrence twists his ankle. We're right before them getting in the tournament. And so Hugs is like, Lamont, get in the game. Lamont, get Terrence. Where's Lamont? Lamont's sitting over there. He's got his feet up on the scores table desk with cotton swabs in between each toe. What the hell's wrong with you? He goes, I can't practice today. He goes, why? He said, I got athlete's feet. Hugs goes, that's it. That's the first and only time I've had a guy miss practice because he got athlete's feet. And he took his cotton swabs out, man. He had cracks deep as Grand Canyon, man. I'm like, dog, you didn't feel this the day before? How do you walk in here? Hugs goes, talk to our managers. Joe, go clean this shit out. Go clean this, all this stuff. Get him out of here. Kicked him off the team that night. Oh, he said, go put all this stuff in the bag.
He got kicked out for athlete's foot.
Kicked his ass off the team because he had athlete's foot.
Like, man, I was this close to being on a 5-14, but I had athlete's foot.
Hugs
And he got
goes,
kicked out.
free throws. You got to shoot free throws until Terrence gets his ankle taped. He goes, and clean this shit out the locker room. He is done. Kicked him off the team because he had athlete's feet, bro.
That is a first. I've never heard of anybody missing practice for athlete's foot. That's definitely.
Thing ever,
He
man.
had the dogs out barking and all.
Yeah, exactly.
He was really in pain.
He must have been really in pain.
It's time to shine, and it was over.
I'm
Just
out.
get some absorbing junior or something like Lotriman, dude. Just
I don't know if they had, but Tenacton was like,
I remember. I know Azorbian Jr. was because I remember those commercials. But like,
man.
how do you let a kid like damn?
He came up to the so we played in Dayton the first round. He came up to Dayton the first round and tried to get into the game to sit on the bench with us. Hugs was like, hell no.
I'm here, coach. I'm ready to
You
go.
are not a part of this squad anymore.
Nope, got you out.
Credential no longer there.
So one thing when Alex was here a couple weeks ago, he was talking about you just mentioned the walk-ons that they're with the NIL and everything. He said their walk-ons are basically going to be no more. Is that to me that's a sad thing because that was Alex Beacham was the ultimate victory cigar. When he got to play, it was over. Him, so that was always fun to cheer for those guys. What's your thoughts on the walk-ons going away?
Is he talking about going away as in having no walk-ons or no walk-ons getting in the game at the end of it?
No walk.
No walk-ons at all. He said there's not going to be any more walk-ons.
Well, I think more scholarships available, so there's no room for them.
They're always going to need practice players.
Yeah.
So walk-ons are not just they prefer walk-ons.
Right.
Corona used to have walk-on tryouts. Hugs the same thing.
Right.
Whereas Wes Miller recruits players and tells them, "Look, we don't have a spot for you, but we need you on our scout team.
Right.
You're going to play every day. You're going to travel every day. You're going to get whatever they get. You get sweatsuits, travel,
all the swag, all the cool stuff,
all that. But you're not gonna play because we're this, and that's why CJ Anthony has worked himself into the point where he could probably start on most Division I teams.
I'll second that.
Yeah. So, and what Wes is going to do, and Wes is still talking to him about this, is we don't want to play you. We don't want to lose a year for you. But Wes wants to bring him back because he's probably going to start for us next year.
Ooh.
The guy is lights out.
There you go.
When I tell you he's one of our best players, he's one of those guys that can get downhill, but he catch and shoot. What's the guy that played for Oakland last year that made 9 threes against Xavier?
I
Oh,
know you're talking about.
Yeah.
No idea what his name is.
First name, I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Goaty.
that guy had like 8 dribbles. No, he had 2-point baskets. I think either in the tournament or all season
There
long.
was one game in the season where he did not take any dribbles and buried 9 threes.
You're talking about the white guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah, I know exactly who he was a shooter.
Yeah, CJ is that.
Yeah.
So we've had several scrimmages where at the end of the scrimmage, Wes is the first guy he's running to is CJ and dapping him up, saying, "We get better when you play like that because now we got to play against a guy who's on fire, and now I can coach Day and Jizzle." And we can have real life situations where we're going to play a team in the Big 12 that's got a guy that's on fire, and we got to know how to stop them because we've seen it every day in practice.
Right.
And I say that to say this because we're playing. This is when I play. We're number 11 in the country. I just get Corey back, and we're playing at Cleveland State. It's the first game we had Corey back. Cleveland State was Cleveland State. We're number 11 in the country. We're smelling ourselves. We're having a good
Cleveland
time.
State was garbage.
We're playing one-on-one in the warm-ups. We ain't doing none of our normal warm-ups.
Just
we're
dunking
messing
it
around. We had friends and family that we ain't seen in a while from Columbus and all
Hi,
that.
Mom.
Come
Hi,
to the
Dad.
game. Halftime is we're up by 1. So he goes in the locker room and he finds David Evans, who's a freshman who's not even playing. He's redshirting. He walks in there. He goes, "You know what? We're only up by 1, and Nick looks bad because you fucking suck in practice." He goes, "What did I do?" He goes, "Nick doesn't have anybody quality to go against in practice, so he looks horrible out there because you suck in practice." He goes, "Damn!" So he puts a towel over his head, and Corey just stands up and starts laughing. Corey goes, "Man, don't be putting that on David." He goes, "No, we suck, and you guys suck. You guys came out here and think that you're going to – we end up winning by 10 or 15.
Yeah.
And Hugs gave us one of those ultimatums. If you guys don't win by double digits, let me tell you what's going to happen." And he pulled out this sheet, and it had all the RPI rankings on there. He goes, "Right now, this team is ranked 200 in the RPI. If you only win this, you're predicted to win by 20. If you win by less than 20, you actually lost.
Right.
Because it's a win for them.
Yeah.
It's going to dip your rankings." And we went out there, and we just mowed them down in the second half because Hugs would explain to us.
Yeah.
But I talked to David Evans yesterday, and he laughs to this day. David ended up transferring because we told him, we said, "Man, you got Nick Van Exel, A.D. Jackson, Terrence Gibson, one of the 3 best guard combinations in college basketball.
Pretty good there, yeah.
And they're all seniors, and you're getting mad at David Evans because he can't guard them." David ended up transferring to Colorado State, became 2-time defensive player of the year in the conference.
He should have stayed. It could have helped.
He Hugs drove him away, man.
Which is another thing, too, Terry, talking about CJ. You don't see many point guards built with the frame that CJ Anthony actually has, and with the ability to pull up from 35, 40 feet and bury a shot down. CJ Anthony is built like a running back.
we got a couple guys. I mean,
Like-
Jizzle's the same way. I mean, he's built like his dad, but I mean, I feel like
Well,
those guys
that's
like, they can take the.
That's
they
the
can take
90s
the content.
Bearcats.
Yeah.
That's where we
Down
were.
at
Yeah.
the roster, and you see 220, 215, 220 listed next to CJ Anthony, and then you go watch him in warm-ups, you're like, yeah, he's built like that.
Yeah, just seeing him. I mean, obviously just on TV, but he's a thick-built dude.
And people forget too, like this guy's so good. Terry, I might be wrong on this, but didn't he break LeBron's scoring
Yeah.
record in high school?
Over 2,000 points.
Yeah,
Really?
broke LeBron's scoring
Woo.
all-time scoring record in the state of Ohio.
He's always
coming
wanted to
out
be a
of high school.
Bearcat.
I love that guy already.
Always wanted to be a Bearcat, and he had a chance to go. Cleveland State offered him. Wright State offered him. He had offers to go play and be starters on that team. And he goes, "No, I want to be a Bearcat," and so hasn't played. And every year, he's gotten better and better. And he's one of those guys when he gets in those mop-up minutes, he looks pissed.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't see himself as a mop-up player.
Right.
And so when he doesn't get a shot off, he's mad he didn't get a shot off, or he didn't, get a chance to score, or coach put him in and tell him to hold the ball. He goes, "You could have put somebody else
I'm
in
gonna
for
shoot
that shit."
Right.
And guys forget too, when he does connect from behind the arc, he only needs one shot to go in. And it is all
Yeah.
confidence from there. I mean,
Yeah.
Terry and I have seen it in practice. Like he's pulling up from when Antoine Davis a few years ago, prime example, Detroit Mercy. Everyone
Yes.
knew the kind of player Antoine Davis was. When Wes Miller said, "Hey, you're going to play Antoine Davis as a scout player. This is who you're going to replicate." CJ went out there and made it difficult for all being at practice. I mean, he was walking out there getting
Yeah,
he probably walked out of that practice gym,
Lit us up.
probably lit him up for a good 40, 50 in team drills.
But think about how West courts people.
Mhm.
He court like Dylan Mitchell. He spent 4 hours video showing him how we were going to use him, how the league was, how he played last year, how we'll use him in our offense, the kind of lobs he'll get to showcase his talent.
Right.
Like all the dunker spot, bringing the ball up like Draymond Green. He's one of our best passers.
Yeah.
If you ever watch the film, when he gets the rebound, he brings it up. He's in the middle of the floor. He'll do a quick left to right crossover or right to left crossover, get to a strong hand, and then he'll do a whip pass to the corner, on time, on target, in the guy's shooting pocket. Ain't down by his ankles.
Yeah.
He don't have to jump for it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it seemed like he had a quiet game other than the dunks. But when you break down the film, like the 4 assists are because he's creating for himself and he's creating for other people. So he's got one of those games that opens the floor for you.
And the cool thing that I love that you say that Wes does that, because I think this day and age with the younger generation, they ask me damn questions. They want to know why. What am I going to do? What are you guys going to do for me if I go there? And if Wes is coming there and breaking it down for them, saying, we can use you in this situation. This is what you did in high school, and this is how to work it in this. That is huge, I think, a recruiting tool right there in itself. And it also shows that Wes cares to take the time to do that for the player. That's a big recruiting tool, I think.
I think it's also deeper too for Wes in terms of his care for the players. I think Terry obviously sees this, but just look at what happened last year with Jamil Reynolds, Aziz Bandego.
Yeah.
Right when that whole situation took place, I mean, 9-minute rant in a press conference. I mean, rightfully so. You could just see the raw emotion, the care, the passion, everything, the 9 yards you could list about the characteristics he showed in that video. Like, he has the genuine connection and care for these guys, not only as a coach, but off the court as well. He wants them to succeed off the court and on the court, just as people. I mean, he took in Dylan Mitchell's dogs before Dylan even got to Cincinnati. Think about that.
That's awesome.
Before he even got to Cincinnati, he said, "Hey, my dogs are coming up here." Well, they asked Coach Dollar first.
Yeah.
Coach Dollar is not a dogs fan, apparently.
To say the least, he's terrified of dogs.
So the dogs ended up.
That would be a not a good spot for him, man.
But then also, like, even rallying back on the kind of care and the passion that Coach Miller has for these players. You hear from the guys in the TBT as well. When they came back in, most of those guys who played under Wes Miller, they stayed at his house this offseason, this summer. Most of those guys were over there at Coach Miller's house pretty frequently.
That's cool.
And most of those guys didn't play for him. So just to say about that, envisions everything that Wes Miller envisions in this program.
I think Rayvon Griffith is one of the better examples. I mean, this is a guy. He was pretty. I don't know. Can't remember where exactly he was, but he was what, 4-star?
Yeah, four-star
recruit,
top
and
60.
and couldn't see the court last year. And every opportunity, I'm sure he
He
took
stuck
a lot.
around.
I'm sure he fielded a lot of phone calls, people calling, knocking down his door saying, "Hey,
Well,
we
he
got
knew
an
he was going to
opportunity."
redshirt before the season started, but didn't want to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
obviously,
Yeah.
and the fact that he bought in, Miller sold him on his vision of what he envisions for what he's going to be, and he's still not getting a ton of playing time, but you can see like when he gets in the game, he's out there, he's absolutely busting his ass, even if it's not even in crunch minutes. I mean, even if it's some say mop up, but like the effort that he's given on defense and made a 3 the other day, and you see the bench react. Like these are the guys that I think like you see what they bought to what Wes Miller's selling, and it bodes well for the long-term health. You didn't see that with John Brand, and again, Brand was only around for a couple years. I don't want to harp on that because that was just a crazy weird situation. But
I love Brandon. I thought he was a great coach. I thought the guys that he brought in couldn't take what he was given. He's an old school coach.
Yeah,
his communication could have been better.
Right.
That's why he got But it was one of those things where it was the era was changing. And, guy had twisted his ankle, the Matson brothers twisted their ankle. And he goes, well, the trainer said I don't have to practice today. He goes, training my ass.
Huggins say you tape it up and get your ass in practice.
No. He goes, you didn't run it by me. The trainer doesn't tell you who's practicing. I'm telling you, made him practice while he was, limping. And guy didn't like it. Went and talked to the AD and
there you go. Well, one thing I like that Miller has done, and you and me talked about this on the show before, is where he brings you guys back and ingrains you back into the program, and always has a row of seats behind. I know you're at every game anyway, but but Corey Blunt and all these guys can come back anytime they want and have seats right behind the bench. And I think I never thought about that before. That's pretty cool because that's the history of this team. Because especially you guys are the ones that brought this team, this college, this school back to where it was back in the 60s when we won back-to-back championship. You guys, the Final Four team. So we need you guys there. We need the guys of the night, Kenny Martin, all these guys. The champion, not championship, well, USA championship, but long deep runs we had in NCAA tournament. Those teams, the good teams we had, we need to remember them and keep that culture in here. And I love that he brings you guys back.
Not just us, Joe Stiffen.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Andre Tate, Mike Artis, all
Lou
Americans in the 70s and in the 80s. Bobby Austin, Keith Starks, Lizelle Durden was on my team.
The gunslinger.
Like all these guys that put it down who don't have the mainstream know who they are.
They were still a part of it.
They're in my eyes, they're legends.
Yeah.
But I had the opportunity to stay in the limelight because I did media ever since I left. And then you got Steve Logan back, helping me out doing radio with Dan and I and getting ingratiated. For 20-something years, we didn't have anybody else in the media but me.
Right.
Like I'm the longest tenured guy from basketball to doing media. I started out with Sports of All Sorts, did that 27 years. From Sports of All Sorts, we did 4 different hosts, 4 different sets.
Mm-hmm.
From that, going to, we started doing Fox Sports Ohio games.
Right.
Mick Cronin went to bat for me to get those games.
Really?
Yeah, because Anthony Buford had his troubles. He lost that job. And so David Ashbrook, who was the producer at the time for Fox Sports Ohio, he does a lot of stuff with ESPN. He says he's going to go with a national guy. And Cronin goes, no, I want a local guy. I want Terry. I want a Bearcat. I said, well, Terry don't have any experience. He goes, bullshit. Terry's been on TV for 20 years.
Right.
Sports of all sorts. He goes, it's not the same. It's not calling games. He goes, he's going to be fine. I want Terry. So he goes, okay. So we did a dry run in the office, in the media room with Tommy G. And we came out there our first game. So first game is over. Bob Hunterman, who is the producer over all of them, walking from the truck, and he's looking right at me. And he got his hands in his pocket. The game was over. I'm wrapping up my stuff, and he's just staring. I'm like, oh, damn. That must have been really bad.
Right.
He walks over, and he goes, we're responsible for launching everybody's career in Ohio. And they do the Cavs, who's the Lumberjacks, the hockey team?
Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets.
Blue
Jackets, yeah.
So they did all those. He goes, we launched a lot of first-time guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best first-time game we have ever had.
Nice.
He goes, you got a talent for it. He goes, keep getting better, keep watching. Make sure when you watch TV, it's not just for entertainment.
Right.
Watch what they're doing. Watch what they're saying. You have to take their style, but just understand how they're getting in and out of the breaks. He said, but you got a real good career in this if you want to go with it. And I'm like, wow.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. So from that, we started doing the coaches show.
Yep.
on what was the Bearcats Insider.
Yep.
And then that goes from Fox Sports to Bally's.
Mhm.
And then Bally's, we leave Bally's, and then I get radio. Chuck Mayshock was doing radio, and he had dementia, fell out of the car, didn't even know he had dementia, fell out of his car, hit his head on the curb, and the doctor would not let him travel. So they came to me and say, hey, can you do road games? And he'll do home games. I'm like, absolutely, I get a chance to go on the road. Yeah. So I did those for 2 years. Then I took over. That was, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Took over full time. And it's just been a ball since.
Yeah. Well, one thing you have to do one of these times, just in memory of Chuck. You gotta get thrown out.
tossed.
You gotta get thrown out of the game one of these times, Terry, just for Chuck.
Brother, I'm melanated. I get thrown out. I just keep walking. Okay? I can't come back. They ain't letting me back in the building.
That was still Hugs got thrown out, then Chuck got thrown out. I was
Keep
like,
it real.
oh.
Yeah.
That
They
was-
don't look like me. They're not like us.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
get kicked out. I'm just keep walking. I'm just a dude walking, whistling with a pole with a piece of bag on a stick. Back in the day, Charlie Brown style.
Exactly.
Terry, Wes Miller spoke about the trip down to Georgia Tech this
Yeah.
weekend. Obviously, you mentioned Nick Van Exel. He was in the building this weekend as well. Have that alumni support down there in Atlanta this weekend. You mentioned that, but how cool was it to see Landers, Nolly's mom, back there with you guys down in Atlanta?
Yeah, she was awesome. She came up. She was like, Terry. I turned around like, oh, what's up? Kim, give her a hug. She goes, I miss traveling with you guys. I miss the Bearcat family. You guys were so awesome. We had a great time. I said, so where's Landers? She goes, he's in Greece. Do you like it? Oh, he loves it. And that happened to be my struggle for the stakes question. You know,
Oh,
my tea time with Terry, T-Nail questions. I'm like, Greece. I definitely want to Greece. And he was like, why would you play in Greece? Mo asked me this. And I said, first of all, the women. Let's just stop right there. Let that marinate. It's a maritime place. It's on the water.
Uh-huh.
You get great weather. You get great food. Did I mention the women? Okay. Okay. So
once, twice,
once or twice. So,
3 times.
but I said, look, if you're gonna be out there, you got a Marine, you got a military base out there, so it's safe, secure, it's fun, a lot of history, artifacts, the whole nine, and they got good-looking women that you can go and watch those places with.
4.
I don't know if I said women. Did I say it 4 times?
Nah, you did.
No.
Okay.
That was the first.
But
That's
it's
first.
also-
That's
yeah,
first.
first time.
That's first time.
Ain't nobody
Also,
count.
too, speaking of Landers in Greece, people forget that he was teammates with David Julius out there as well with Aries before David just signed a new contract and got his contract bought out.
That's cool.
It's a good thing we got a human encyclopedia right here.
Exactly. That's why I keep him around.
Right.
Just remember this stuff. All right, guys. It is 8:00. That's about the witching hour here. I think we're about to get ready to end this thing, but it's been a great show. Terry, tell everybody where you got the coaches show coming up this week.
Yeah, so we got the game tomorrow.
Game tomorrow night. Yep.
So you got Alabama State tomorrow at 7 o'clock. No coaches show this week because of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Coaches show next week, next Thursday. So come on out to Montgomery and Montgomery. It's always
I don't have a show Thursday, so go see Terry.
Yeah. So yeah, show up, get there about 7, have some dinner. You know, have a couple glasses of adult Kool-Aid. You can hang out, talk to us.
Make sure you pay for it, right?
Make sure they pay for it. Yeah. Membership is a privilege. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. They take care of me and my family. So.
I was just talking about the last year when I showed up and I had a.
Oh yeah. You
That
came. You had all your jerseys on.
Yeah.
You look like the mascot for real.
Yeah,
you just needed a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
You had
And I
Bearcat
was hanging out
shoes
with
on.
Terry. I was out Terry. I'm like, I think like the bartender goes, I'm like, how much? Oh, don't worry, you're good. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Another?
Then about a week ago,
Yeah.
hey, Jeff, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you gotta-
Terry,
yeah.
You need to pay for your bill. I'm like, what? I was like, the bartender said I was good. I know that didn't happen. So make sure you pay your bill, okay? Just saying.
Pay your bill,
It's
bro.
not my fault. The bartender said I was good.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, okay, yeah. But
Deadbeats.
my boy took care of me until I had to pay him back. So, yeah.
Deadbeats.
Neil, what do you got going on this week? Anything you want to plug before I let you go?
Yeah, I'll be at the game tomorrow with Terry, and then obviously enjoying some Thanksgiving. It's going to be a busy week. Hopefully, 2 Bearcats dubs, and the Bearcats hopefully get bowl eligible on Saturday. So overall, pretty busy week. We finished up a busy day today. Got 6 interviews done between football press conferences, Wes Miller, another one-on-one
That's
with
doing some
Aaron
work.
Phillips after football practice today. So a lot of good content, and hopefully more with a 2 Bearcats wins. Hopefully heading into or following Thanksgiving.
Sounds good to me. Harrison, you got anything going on? Are you going to be doing your Alaska trip again?
Or
Not-
hopefully he's celebrating better with the Bengals victory.
For sure.
and not
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's gonna
video
be
again.
a great weekend for
I'm worried about
Cincinnati
my
sports.
safety if they don't win.
Shut
He's
up.
already
Okay?
threatened me.
Shut up.
He's already
Shut
threatened
up. Don't see. Look, you bringing back the negative again. Okay, that was a one-time thing. You just bringing it back up. All right, just stop. We're gonna win. We're going to win. Say it with me. Say
We
it with
are
me.
going
No,
to.
say it with your chest like you believe it. Okay. The Bengals,
They are going
Bearcats,
to win.
we gonna win.
I believe the
Yeah,
Bearcats.
that was
Wait.
I
He
believe
said,
in the
he said
Bearcats. high
they. He
pitch.
said they. Who? Who's they? You said they. Yes.
Tell me.
Whoa, the
There you
confidence
go.
of big
Tell.
beans.
Yes.
The Bengals and Bearcats are going to bring home 3 dubs.
Yeah,
Woo! There
Yeah.
you go.
yeah,
I almost
Yeah.
believed that.
yeah. I know.
But he said the crazy eye. He's about to knock you
I'm
out.
telling you. And I'm gonna have a beautiful Sunday and Saturday, and we're gonna be down here tailgating, and
And we're doing our victory shot.
yeah, we're doing the victory
Well, the
shot.
victory shot before the game.
We doing the victory
Yeah, I
shot.
think
It's
it's gonna
gonna
work.
be good. We're gonna get the ball back rolling the
Yeah,
right way.
exactly.
Start new season.
Mhm. Exactly.
We ain't taking no losses.
Yeah.
Bye
We're
week,
not
new.
going the Farfsing way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just
Yep, we gonna be
ignoring
good.
all of this. We're just
Yeah,
moving forward.
yeah.
I was
Shut up.
relative- I was
Shut
optimistic.
your ass.
I was
up.
optimistic.
Nope.
I was.
We don't need. We need to speak it into the future.
Exactly.
Speaking into existence. Okay. That's rude.
He just cut you off.
That's rude. That's
Just
messed
move the
up.
camera on him, boy.
Messed up. I'm tired of this.
Harris, you got any shows you want to plug coming up here?
The next show I got is December 14th, and that will be at the Comet Bar in Northside.
Northside?
Yeah.
That's the crosstown shootout.
Yeah,
Crosstown
damn.
Shootout.
I'm doing comedy,
What
and
time's your show?
the show is at 7 and
That's cool.
9:30.
Bearcats
Oh man,
Hey,
don't get
hey,
mad
hey,
if you ain't got nobody there. I'm just
I know.
saying.
That is terrible.
Harrison, I'm about to plug you real quick.
Bearcats are
Bearcats fans, that game's at 2 p.m. I believe.
Oh, is that too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 o'clock
That's
game.
right.
It's a 2 o'clock
okay.
game. We
Okay.
come out, support the Bearcats, and then we go and support Harrison.
Whoop some Norwood Tech
Boy,
ass.
look at you.
Yeah,
Look
see?
at you.
Yeah.
Boy, you all right with me.
That's why
You all right with me, man. You
I just said go
Nah.
whoop some Xavier ass, Norwood Tech ass, and then go watch you.
you
Lord,
said it
Lord.
after Neil had it all together
Not
already.
disrespect.
He just said
Xavier.
He had it all.
watch them whoop their ass.
I ain't got time for you, all right?
Hey, Joe, you want to say anything before I let you go?
No,
Got
he done. He ain't got nothing else to say.
Hey, I get to spend Thanksgiving with my family and TJ
There you
down in
go.
Bowling Green. So
There you go. Yeah.
they're inviting all of the parents down to have dinner with the football team.
Nice.
But they have Thanksgiving from 12 to 1:30 at a restaurant. I'm like, brother, I don't even get out to bed until 12. Normally it's like 4 or 6 o'clock for Thanksgiving. 12 o'clock?
That's Thanksgiving lunch.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving lunch. And then they have to go back to the hotel. So I got to get a hotel.
Back to the hotel. That's all right. It's an old song.
They better have the bar open at the hotel.
Exactly. All right, guys. I thank each and every one of you guys for joining us tonight. It's been an awesome show. You guys come down and join us every Tuesday down here at the Moerlein Lager House. We start the show at 6. It goes till 8. It's 8:07 now, but happy hour starts at 3, goes to time. It means $5 drafts, house wines, well drinks, and $2 off appetizers. Also, it's Prime Rib Tuesday nights. So come on down, enjoy yourself some Prime Rib, some sports talk, and some shenanigans with Harrison and everybody else. And then Sunday, join us at the Mercedes-Benz at Fort Mitchell at Moerlein Lager House. Join me and Harrison. We're going to do some shots. Neil's showing up too. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna root on the Bengals beating the Steelers. Right, Joe? Right?
Yes.
Say it with your chest.
Yes.
Check it out.
Stockholm syndrome.
Get your tickets all at Moerlein House, other social media platforms along with mine. It is the best deal on the banks. I'm telling you, people. Open bar, food buffet, $75. Can't beat it. Best deal on the banks. Come join us there. Now, you guys have a wonderful day. And I got too much stuff on my screen here. Hey, you need to go away, and you need to go away. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry icy's on the mic, energy, it's good light. Every touchdown, every goal. soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal, feel the pulse that's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric.